Hello Coolers, how are you all doing and welcome back to Barça Live. This is a big one this evening as after that near comeback on Tuesday night, Barça are straight back in action. It's LaLiga action. And as you can see by that table over on our right-hand side there, Barça 1 point above Madrid for now after that late Fede Valverde goal last night against Celta. If we win, we'll go back to 4 points clear. Including this one, just 3 league games to go until the March international break, so a bit of a rest for some Barça players then, but no letting up just yet. It's San Mamés this evening. It's a big one. It's one of those fixtures we certainly always enjoy. Spencer Seager, welcome back to the studio, my friend. San Mamés, Athletic Club Barça. We always enjoy these, don't we?
Pablo Wolves, it's good to be back again on a Saturday night after, I think, a weekend that's gotten off to a pretty roller coastery start for everybody, wouldn't we say? And I think the best way to explain that is to look at exactly what's in front of us or right below us, I suppose, which is the table. And just a quick reminder that that table is going to be as tight as it is until probably match day 36, 37, or 38. I mean, it depends on what happens on match day 35. But let's just talk about match day 27 right now, which is a tough one in Bilbao, which I hope everybody who traveled to the game at least got to take part in a couple of tasty pinchos.
I actually went to Bilbao a few years ago and they said, you got to try pinchos, but as you know me with food. I'm a bit strange, Spencer. I didn't try.
I didn't know that. No.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, yeah, there you go.
You're strange with food.
Yeah, a bit picky.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, if you don't want to experience culture, like that's on you. You know.
But they did say it was very good for that, and they were telling me you have to. Yeah, there you go. So hopefully they did. I'm sure they did.
I would think so.
Loads of people, by the way, in the members live chat today. Barcelona Camels, that's a good name. Says, hello, brothers. Hello, my friend. Gloria is there. We have Alia. We have Pilita Malaguita, Mac Lumvist. Jose Salas is in. We are the best Galatasaray. Hello, my friend. 4x4 Charlotte. All of the Barca family are indeed in the members live chat. You can see there the players are warming up on your screens as we speak. Well, any further ado, let's show you the Barca lineup, where if you haven't seen it already, this is how Hansi Flick has lined up for tonight's game. We thought there would be changes. There have been a few. Joan Garcia in goal, as you'd expect. That back four can shift, Spence. It could be Eric at centre-back, Cancelo right-back, Gerard Martin left-back.
Yeah.
We've put it like that for now. If it changes, we'll change it. But it is Eric, Cubarsí, Gerard Martin and Cancelo across the back line. In midfield, Casado and Bernal. Been a while since we saw those two, isn't it? Those two start in the pivot, almost just ahead of them. And then you've got Lamine Yamal. He does keep his spot, as does Ferran. And Rashford's there too. Lewandowski is back in the squad, by the way, for this one. He has the medical green light. Rate it from 1 to 10 in the members live chat. And Spence, thoughts on this one, my friend?
Well, it's never easy to play in this venue. I got to this venue for the first time earlier this year to experience it live, and it is every bit as exciting and impressive as people make it out to be. I would go so far as to say maybe if we could have a deeper discussion about it, but it's definitely top 2 as far as stadiums go. Top 2 or 3 in Spain for sure. And it can expand beyond Europe with that. The atmosphere is always hot. It looks amazing from the outside. As far as this lineup is concerned, Pablo, is different, right? We haven't seen anything like this at all.
Yeah.
All year.
Yeah.
It really, and I think it starts with the first thing that you mentioned, which is that the back four, with the exception of Cubarsí, have played just about every one of those positions. Cancelo's been on the right or on the left. Eric's been in the middle or on the lateral side of things. Yeah. And Gerard Martin has also played left back and center back. So I see it maybe as an opportunity. We can study it the first 5-10 minutes to see what it looks like. But I also think, and I'm not a UEFA licensed manager or a genius, but I think Hansi Flick might be thinking, if we get into a spot where in transition everybody's a little bit out of place, that's okay. Just get back in a nice orderly line, and whatever position you're in along that back line, take it for the time being. Yeah,
I like it, Spence. I like it. It is the big talking point, certainly. The injuries we've got in defence. Koundé's a big miss, isn't he? As is Balde. Both of those two, well, they're Barca's starting fullbacks. They got injured in that crazy game midweek, which, by the way, have you recovered slightly from that one? Because that was like, we poured everything into that, didn't we?
Dude, football never gives me a day off, because I was watching Girona earlier today, and the amount of emotions of like all day, every day. This is just what football is. So let's do it again now and see what happens, and hopefully it will come out better on the other side.
Certainly so. Let's see how our colleague Llorent Sares is doing. He's at San Mamés this evening. Beautiful, beautiful stage for such a classic fixture this in LaLiga. Llorent, good evening.
Good evening, Pablo. Benvinguts a l'estadi de Sant Mamés, com diuen aquí, Ongi Etorri. Benvinguts a aquest partidàs a la catedral, un partit que agafa molta transcendència després de l'agònica victòria d'ahir del Real Madrid a Balaïdos davant el Celta en aquesta última acció i el gol de Valverde. Ara mateix només un punt de diferència al capdavant de la Lliga, però avui el Barça vol sortir victoriós d'aquest estadi sempre exigent, sempre hostil i davant un Atlètic Club que ha millorat les últimes setmanes. 5 jornades consecutives sense perdre el conjunt d'Ernesto Valverde. El Barça, òbviament, amb les bones sensacions, però l'eliminació recent a la Copa. Molt pendents també dimarts del partit contra el Newcastle. És evident que avui hi hauria rotacions. Hansi Flick ho avisava ahir i aquesta alineació ho demostra. Veurem amb quina defensa, com la dibuixa el tècnic alemany. Suposem que Eric Garcia actuarà com a central veient l'entrada de Cancelo a la dreta i Gerard Martín a l'esquerra. Però podria ser completament al revés. Podria ser Gerard Martín de central, Eric de lateral i Cancelo a la banda esquerra. D'això sortirem de dubtes quan arrenqui el partit. Descansen altres jugadors importants, com per exemple Pedri o Rafinha, però el Barça ho té molt clar. Hansi Flick ens ho diu. El Barça necessita a aquest moment de la temporada el millor de quants més jugadors possibles. Per tant, avui l'objectiu és que jugadors com Casador, com Dani Olmo i també com Rashford agafin protagonisme a l'equip blaugrana. Jugadors escalfant, de seguida el tècnic alemany als micròfons d'aquí, del nostre canal oficial de YouTube. Benvinguts, welcome, Ongi Etorri. Quin partidàs que tenim avui, Pablo. Fins ara.
Llorenç, thank you very much.
Professional.
Love it there. A bit of a bask in there too from Llorenç, bit of Euskera. There you have it. There's the Barca lineup. Spence, he was mentioning there, Llorenç. We'll see how that back four shapes up, really.
Yes.
There's other talking points. I think away to Athletic Club in a solitary game, I don't think Flick would usually be resting a Pedri or a Rafinha. But after Tuesday night, I mean, we saw the way the players were flat out on their feet after that one. I'm even maybe a bit surprised to see a Kubarsi start tonight. We knew he had to make changes, and you look through the team, there are players who are getting good rest. You've got no Fermin in there from the start. Pedri, Rafinha, of course. Lewandowski's on the bench. Like I said, there's a big players missing, but did he have to make them tonight?
Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of the players who played on Tuesday, you know, Eric didn't play.
Yep.
Lamine gave it all.
Yeah.
So, but he's got young legs, I suppose. He's got those 18-year-old legs. And Kubarsi, really, I would have to look at the stats a little bit closer to get this straight, but I don't think he really ran that much during the game. I think it was the other players who were pressing up high, and I don't think he was put under pressure a couple of times, which he managed, but they weren't high exertion, you know, high cardio situations that he got put into. So I guess you could make that argument. Everything else, yeah, for the most part, it looks like a rotation to get everybody else healthy so that once Tuesday comes around, you're as fresh as possible at this stage of the season and ready to go against Newcastle.
Yeah, what an exciting few weeks we do indeed have upcoming, Corlears. We've got Newcastle on Tuesday now after this one. Then it's on Sunday, the 15th, Election Day, and indeed the game against Sevilla at home. Then we've got the second leg against Newcastle, and then to finish up a game against Rayo, which makes this and Newcastle our last away games of the month. Quite a nice stat there early on to get those ones out the way. Not going to be easy at all. Spence, key player for today's game. We had a bit of discussion about this off camera. Little bit of a cheat in there because we wanted to mention a little bit of a pivot who are back together. The new pivot who's in there, or is it more like an Olmo or a Rashford who are attacking options? What have we gone for?
Key player or players, I suppose, in this case. But I think it makes sense because it seems like they'll both be playing sort of a joint 6 role together, where as a double pivot, it's what they started out as a year ago.
Yeah.
That's what the two of them were, and then, of course, just a couple of games in, sadly, Bernal got hurt, so we didn't get to see that much of it. But we even saw it, I remember, in the Gamper game that started the season. So I do think that is a big key because which of those two are going to take the responsibility defensively, and then which of them are going to look further up the pitch to feed the 4 players who have to get beyond a very stout Athletic Club defense with Ferran, Rashford, Lamine on either side, and Olmo up the middle. For me, it's kind of that pivot that's going to make the difference.
Yeah, I like it, Spencer. I like it. I think we need a top Olmo display today. I'm going to say that. I think we need Olmo on form, linking up midfield and attack. So I'm hoping to see him firing. We've had a question fired into the live chat here, Spence, which is interesting. We never asked this. It was, who are you watching with today? And we've got some good responses. Peter Malaita says, con la familia, with the family.
Hola, familia.
Barcelona Camels said, I'm watching over the camel. So he's watching on a camel, apparently. There you go. Barcelona Camels is a new one, by the way. Walking. Maquino con mi esposa, grande, así me gusta. We've got Placid Masvidal, estic veient el partit, and Barreya with his partner, and also with a cat as a soft toy. That's nice. And then there's other people saying, well, they're actually, I don't think they're saying they'll be watching with Pedri or Bernal. They're saying that that's their key player. I think we're getting mixed answers here.
When I'm reading Català and then I see the word cat, my brain does like a quick because it's supposed to be gat, but then the mascot for Barça is cat, but it's a cat, but it's Catalunya. My brain just like freezes.
Yeah,
got you though. I'm glad the peluche is nice.
Yeah, we've got you. Let us know, Spencer. Are you someone to watch like a game alone, or is that something you? How do you prefer watching football?
That's funny you asked me that just now because I was just thinking about it earlier today. I swear.
Really?
Because I was watching the Girona game alone.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I'm always watching Barca games with somebody because we're usually here.
Yeah.
And we're all together. I don't know what I prefer, honestly. I think my sort of corny professional answer is I love watching games in person, whether I'm by myself with a headset on and a microphone, or I'm just in the stands, or I'm with somebody. I think in person is always best.
I'm quite weird. I quite enjoy watching games alone,
Alone, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we should spend more time with ourselves and our inner thoughts.
That's something what I do like about watching games on my own in the modern day. You just sort of I know it's still on a screen, if you know what I mean. Let's not going to get on this rabbit hole here, but it's nice 2 hours where you're not constantly trying to do 101 things at once, and you just you're focused on one sole thing. And I quite enjoy that for the modern day. Do you know what I mean? Bruna agrees.
Unlike all of you people who are watching us and the game at the same time and talking to your family, how dare you not concentrate? I'm just kidding.
They use us as commentary though. Bruna says alone in the best, always in peace. Charlotte also says I always watch alone, and Matt Glumvis agrees alone, no distractions, love it. Right, let's hear from Hansi Flick. Don't think you would have asked him if he watches these alone or not. Let's see what he had to say ahead of this one. Hansi Flick.
Good evening, Hansi. Never easy to play here in this stadium. How is the team and how important is this game after what happened against Athletic and before playing against Newcastle?
No, for me, important is that we have the confidence, or take the confidence from the match against Atletico. We played on a very good level as a team, unbelievable, maybe one of the best in this season. So also, I said to the team, when we play together, we have a lot of huge quality, and this is what I want to see.
So many names, so many news in the lineup. Do you feel you have to move the team at this moment, in this moment of the season?
I think the most important thing is that everyone have the feeling that he is a part of this team. And at this moment now, we have to also think about what happened in the past, so in the last games, but also what happens in the future and right now. And this is what we have to see and what we have to manage. And Pedri came from an injury. It's not easy. Also, Rafa, and we have to manage it. It's just like that.
We did play twice against Athletic this season, but they are improving on the last weeks. What kind of game do you expect? What about this team?
No, I think especially at home they are totally different. But I don't care about what happens. For me, I only look to now. And now we have to play against them, and it's a fantastic team. I really love this team. Really great players inside. Also some injuries, but this is normal at this point. I want to see that we are going there. We have to enjoy this game with our attitude, with our mentality, but also our quality, what we can give in the game.
One step more. Let's go and good luck.
Thank you very much.
There you go, words of Hansi Flick ahead of this one. Just saying we have to manage those players' minutes, and that's right. I think everyone expected rotations today. From Barca's lineup, Spence, to Atletic's lineup, this is how the Basques line up for this one. Also slightly hit by injuries, the main absence right now, Nico. That's the one they're all talking about. He's been out for a while now, not really had the season that people probably expected from him following on from a good few seasons. Unai Simon in goal. Gorosabel, Vivian Laporte, meant to be a very good centre-back partnership. Hasn't always been the case. Adama Boiro at left back, Jauregui and Regos in there. Watch out for Selton Sanchez. They're getting just one of his few starts this season. Unai Gomez is there, as is Berenguer, and Iñaki Williams leading the line. So this is how Athletic line up. It's been a strange season for them in some ways. Really struggled in the Champions League. They were battered by us in the Super Cup. You and me did that game together. They were run off the pitch in that one. They didn't didn't put up a great display at the Spotify Camp Nou either. They are a better team at home. They are in better form in the last few games, despite the fact they have the teams they've beaten. I think on paper, they're teams they should be beating. They're lower down the table. They're sides who are flirting with relegation. They still have Europe in their sights. They usually get up for this sort of fixture, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And I think you mentioned Nico Williams, which is understandable and the most glaring absence that without him, they're very clearly a different team, especially in an attacking sense. But I'll throw the twist your way and tell you there's one player for me who is way, way more important to their functionality as a unit, and that is Ollán Sancet.
Knew it.
He's got 2 goals in La Liga this season. He's on the bench today. I'm a little confused.
Okay.
Because for me, he's the player with the most consistent, near world-class quality day in, day out. His game to the mean, like on the average, is typically as consistent as it's going to be. Nico sometimes has really good games, and sometimes he's you don't see him.
Yeah.
Sancet is just constantly there, popping up in the center of the park. He scored on Matchday 1, and actually Matchday 2 was his debut. And he scored a goal in the Champions League, a goal in the Copa, and he has one other goal this season in La Liga. That's just not like him. I'm not sure what's going on, because without him, they are also an even more injury or weaker team without him on the pitch.
Yeah, it's a strange one. This is interesting, actually, this fixture, because Athletic Club, like Barça, were actually knocked out of the Copa del Rey semi-finals midweek. They lost 1-0 and 1-0, both legs, against their rivals La Real. So they are also coming off the back of a bit of a cup, a cup exit. And they are rotating a few players. Oguruzeta, who has scored goals this season, is, of course, not in the starting lineup. Sancet played on Wednesday night. He's not there. And they've had a day less rest for Barça. You can't imagine it was an as intense game as that crazy one at the Spotify Camp Nou. But it's something to have in the back of Ernesto Valverde's mind too. Who's trying to get one over Hansi Flick here, isn't it? Still minutes to manage for them as well, it seems.
Yeah, it's minutes to manage for everybody at this point in the season. They don't have the issue now of having to think about the Champions League as it moves forward.
Yeah.
They had their chances on the final couple of match days of the Champions League to get there, even though they had struggled mightily throughout. But now, especially after getting knocked out in the Copa, this is all that's left for them. So they can go after this, and they can see if they can make a push towards Europe, which is what they're going to try to do, because up until 2 years ago, they had gone one of their longest stretches ever without Europe, and now they're back into it. Yeah. The club and the fans are getting used to it again. You don't want to miss out on it, so they're going to put everything they have into the rest of their season too. Yeah,
pressure certainly on for Athletic Club. Spence, pressure maybe on you in a few moments' time. I've got a quiz coming up.
Hey, I knew it was coming.
Play along, please, people, in the members live chat. We're just over 10 minutes to go until kickoff.
You're going to get me on some Barça versus Athletic Club game from 2021 or something.
Not today. Not today, I don't think.
All right.
How many games in a row have we won versus Athletic, though?
Wow. It's at least 3.
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah. I don't know if you can think back to Hansi Flick's tenure and the games we've faced them in so far.
Ah, true. Well, it also includes the Supercopa here.
Of course.
Which is 1 win and then another win, and then you have to wonder, did they win all of their games last year? I'm going to go with 4, but I don't really have a reason as to why.
Okay, you've gone for 4 then, Spence. Anyone in the members live chat, let us know. Let us know your answers to this one. Gloria says 5.
Could be.
And Gloria is absolutely correct, Spence.
No, but give Gloria the
okay.
ding. Good job, Gloria.
5 in a row, and
Gloria.
I can tell you, Spence, these are all of Hansi Flick's games against Athletic Club since joining. He's won 5 out of 5. Very good return. 3 last season, 2 already this season.
All right, so if they don't win today, we know who to blame. And that's you for bringing up this question.
Correct. I'm happy to take it.
Scapegoat Pablo.
Question number 2 coming right up. This is good. How many goals have we scored then against Athletic Club under Hansi Flick?
Bah. I mean, if we've won all 5 games, we drop 4 on them in that game in January? I feel at least like it was at least 4. So I guess the middle option seems like the most tantalizing. It's kind of staring at me.
Okay,
With those googly eyes. 16.
I'm liking it, Spence. I'm liking it. You thought nicely and you got it spot on. 16 goals, yeah. I left that 24 one just tantalizing there for you, and you didn't take it.
No.
You didn't take it. We'll connect with Llorens in a few moments' time. We'll finish up the quiz quickly here. Who scored their first Barça goal versus Athletic Club?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know, but I also really want to talk to Llorens, so I'm going to have to give an answer quickly then. I'm going to rule out Olmo, because I think that was against Rayo. Ferran, it could be from, what was it, 21-22, I believe it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. Ooh, actually, that sounds like it could be right, because that might have been Supercopa at that time. I'm going to go Ferran.
I'm liking this, Spence. I'm liking it a lot, what you're bringing to the table here.
Plugged in, baby.
Ferran Torres, first goal. Great goal, by the way. Copa del Rey it was, Spence. Copa del Rey, yeah.
All right.
You got it. Start of January. It was in January.
Yeah, because it was a winter signing. Yeah.
Correct.
Nice.
Whipped into the top corner. This stadium, by the way, Ferran. So good record against this side. Ferran there scored his first Barça goal against Athletic Club. Well done to anyone who got 3 out of 3. Right, let's go back to
Did Llorens get 3 out of 3? Llorens.
Would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Llorens, big game tonight, of course, for Barça, especially after what happened last night in the Celta Vigo Real Madrid game. Not long to go until kickoff there. How's the atmosphere? Looks really, really good to me. It usually is in San Mamés. Doesn't seem as though Llorens can hear us.
Come on, we can do this.
Doesn't seem as if Llorens can hear us. So we'll go and connect with Llorens in a few moments' time. Spence, you said you've been at San Mamés. I was there for the Women's Champions League final. It is a very good atmosphere there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of enclosed on you, and the covering of the upper echelon of that stadium funnels all of the sound just right down onto the pitch. So it makes it a very difficult place to play as a player too. But the whole surrounding area, just the way that they've built the stadium, the way that it almost overlooks the entire city at times, I'm sure Llorens is loving it there.
Yeah, I'm sure so. Llorens, we're told you can now hear us, so we will indeed connect with you. Yeah, can you hear me good? What's the atmosphere like?
No sé si podeu escoltar, companys.
Yes, we can hear you. Endavant.
La connexió. He deixat d'escoltar programa i per tant no us estic escoltant. Simplement us volia donar una notícia d'última hora. Està començant a ploure. La meva sort habitual, ja ho sabeu, doncs comença a ploure aquí a Sant Mamés. Per tant, un element més per viure un partit d'aquells complicats feixucs avui davant aquest Atlètic Club. Un estadi, això sí, que se'ns dona bastant bé. En els últims 11 anys, 11 temporades, només una derrota blaugrana en aquest estadi. Només una derrota, la resta empat o victòria. Avui és molt important sumar aquests 3 punts per afrontar amb garanties el partit contra el Newcastle, per tornar a recuperar l'avantatge contra el Real Madrid. I ja ho sabeu, ara sí que Sant Mamés comença a estar ple. És un estadi on en reben especialment de manera hostil. De moment, molta festivitat, molta esportivitat, però ara quan comenci a rodar la pilota, això serà una autèntica olla a pressió. Company, res, simplement. De moment esperem, resem perquè no plogui massa, no ens mullem molt i puguem sortir amb els 3 puntets cap a casa.
Llorens, thank you very much. Yeah, it's always raining. It's always following Llorens around. We'll speak to him after the game. These are images from earlier this morning as Barça president Rafa Yuste was there greeting some of the Peñas, the supporters club groups in Bilbao, with the rest of the Barça board of directors. Vice President Josep Coel's also present for this meeting. Always nice for when Barça are able in Europe too to travel around, show support to the club supporters groups who were there in attendance. In fact, let's hear from our president, Rafa Yusta. He spoke ahead of this game.
Si ja ser del Barça és un orgull immens, l'altre dia el que va passar és que tothom, i agrair des d'aquí els socis i les sòcies que van anar al partit i els aficionats, tothom vam sentir un orgull enorme de pertànyer a una família molt jove, em refereixo a aquests jugadors que estan creixent, amb jugadors que han vingut també de fora a reforçar-ho, molt jove, que connecta molt bé amb tothom, amb el Hansi, amb tot el cos tècnic, amb en Deco, vull dir, un orgull immens. Ser del Barça és el millor que hi ha, que diuen, i en aquells moments és quan ho veus, encara que no hem assolit la fita d'arribar a la final, tothom recordarà aquell partit per la manera que es va produir, per la manera que vam jugar i per la manera que el vam sentir. Els jugadors m'ho diuen, els crits que se senten a baix, no? I això és quelcom que la gent té que saber. No? Va ser un partit que gairebé recordo que durant tot el partit es va animar. Durant tot el partit es va animar. I aquest plus, sempre dient que és un jugador més, és que ho és, perquè la gent, els jugadors ho senten, ho sent tothom i els dona una motivació addicional que fa falta per superar cada partit, no? Jo crec que si alguna cosa tenim els culers és el patir, no? És alguna que portem amb l'ADN des que naixem, perquè patim perquè volem que el Barça guanyi sempre, no? I aleshores, com tu molt bé dius, són dos partits molt importants, tots ho són, evidentment pels 3 punts. Un és avui davant de l'Atlètic Club, equip potent i fort, que tindrà una ficció que sempre també demostra que està amb l'equip, però jo em quedo amb la imatge que vaig veure l'altre dia i la forma de jugar del Barça. Si són capaços de mantindre aquest nivell, som imparables, no? I referent al partit de Newcastle, és una gran prova, és un partit d'anada de la Champions, i aleshores tenim que fer un gran paper també per aconseguir un bon resultat que ens permeti enfocar la tornada amb una bona posició. També, si també alguna cosa tenim, els culers que sempre som optimistes, inclús en èpoques que no hem pogut guanyar títols, èpoques enllà, sempre estem, sempre serem i sempre portarem el Barça al cor amb aquest orgull immens que fa que aquest positivisme sigui quelcom que diem estima pel club.
Rafa Yusta speaking now. I'll tell you what, let's go straight to game commentary. It's time for Athletic Club versus Barça. It's always one of the great fixtures that we look out for in the calendar. It's Athletic Club versus Barça. This one should be special. Just look at the atmosphere inside San Mamés. Matchday 27, but Barça come here with only 1 goal in mind. They know they needed 3 points if they want to go 4 points clear at the top of the table after Madrid's late victory against Celta Vigo last night. Both teams were eliminated in the cup midweek, so there's a bit of a hangover from that. Rotations for both sides. The atmosphere does look great though, doesn't it, Spence? And well, for Barça, they've got a job to do. And with a few players missing and a few big players on the bench too.
Well, this is going to be a fun one, Pablo Wolves, and we know that this is one of the most difficult places to play in La Liga, perhaps in Europe, just because of the atmosphere that rains down on you. Most of the time figuratively, and also most of the time literally. As we just heard our colleague say a moment ago, Lloren said it's raining out there. It's going to be one of those typical Basque football nights. Let's see if Barça are up for the task. A place that they have played very well in the past, and another place that allows them to take a potential 4-point lead in La Liga over Real Madrid, who almost slipped up yesterday, but didn't quite in the end.
Here is how Ernesto Valverde, the ex-Barça coach, lines up his Athletic Club side. Unai Simon starts in goal. Vivian and Laporte are only the centre-backs. You've got Adama Boiro and Gorosabel as the full-backs. Rego and Jauregui Guizar in midfield. Selton Sanchez starts. Big night for him. Berenguer and Unai Gomez are flanking Iñaki Williams. Nico's injured. Sanset's on the bench, as is her top scorer Guruceta. So Athletic themselves without big players. And as are Barça. Probably indicated by the fact that tonight Eric Garcia will captain the team. There he is with the armband on. And Barça, of course, with so many players missing. Gavi still not fit. De Jong out. Christensen out. Koundé and Baldev join the injury list. And of course, so many players who need rest after Tuesday night's crazy cup tie. There is Valentin Pizarro, who's going to be assisting in the VAR room. And I've mentioned all of those absences, all of the injuries for Barça. Here is how Hansi Flick lines them up. Juan Garcia in between the sticks. A back four that, well, we'll see how it matches up. Eric Garcia, Cubarsí, Cancelo and Gerard Martin. It very well could be Eric at right back and Cancelo at left back with Martin and Cubarsí in the middle. Casado and Bernal are back next to each other. Bernal, almost the hero from Tuesday night. Fermin gets rest, as does Rafinha. So Olmo and Rashford are in for them. Lamine and Varane keep their places.
There's a lot of different players, Pablo, to mention in this one. We've talked about some of them in the pregame, and now we can talk about them on the pitch because you mentioned Bernal and Casado side by side for the first time in a while, and this is how they started out. Can they recover that sense of connection and chemistry in a midfield that needs Barça to find the next level beyond that midfield tonight?
That's a big night for Barça, who will come to one of the most difficult places to go to in La Liga. Hansi Flick said it. Athletic are a different team at home than they are away. They got battered 4-0 at the Spotify Cup now, actually. Then 5-0 in Saudi Arabia by the Catalans. So they have work to do here for revenge to Athletic. Usually at San Mamés, they make it count. Underway here then. It's Athletic versus Barça. Barça in their gold strip for this evening's game. Coulers, how hyped are you for this one? As immediately an early breakaway here for the home team. It's Berenguer running all the way. His ball in is good too. And Cancelo's hit it off his own crossbar.
Just like he planned it.
Well, that looked like it was heading goalwards, I must say. Cancelo, maybe. Was it genius or luck?
He had it under control. He had it covered. Don't worry. It's fine.
Not sure he skewered that the way he wanted to, Cancelo, I must say. Sliding in. But Athletic made the start they wanted. Barça survive for now. Corner by Berenguer. And in the end, it will fall to Olmo here, who can hopefully just bring Barça a bit of peace in the opening few moments. That's a nice take from Olmo too. And if Barça hurry, they have men over. Olmo's done very well to pick out Rashford here. Ball just stuck under his feet. Lightning quick start. I'll tell you what, Ferran's in if he held his run. I'm not so sure he did. Ferran, Unai Simon saves. Offside flag's going to go up. There you go, yeah. Didn't hold his run, did he, Spence?
Yeah. Olmo Rashford gave it to him just a tick too late. And
he did, there.
And it's all right. That's a good first response after what we just saw on the other end. So, hey, this is the kind of football that we like, right? Back and forth, two teams going at it. Let's hope it stays like this all night from an entertainment perspective, and let's hope that Joao Cancelo has better clearances than that one.
Cancelo, who has started at left back, by the way, as you have it on your screens. Gerard Martin and Cubarsí are at centre back. Eric is at right back. Hansi Flick having to mix and match, really, the back line a little bit with those recent injuries to Koundé and Balde. Eric Garcia is the man who hacks that one clear. He was suspended midweek, so should be fresh for this one. Athletic not having their finest of campaigns, but you just know that for this sort of game, well, they'll be well up for this. They really will. So they're going to get a free kick here, a push on Iñaki Williams early on.
The big position that I'll be looking at most of the night is one of the young men that you mentioned in the pregame in the lineup for Athletic Club, making just his second ever start in La Liga.
They're in again. Over.
And that would be Selton Sanchez, who is a player that has barely played a couple hundred minutes in his career. He's 19 years old. He just turned 19 last month. And he's taking over the position of Ollán Sancet, which we've been accustomed to seeing. He's a guy who just knows how to get it done for years, year in and year out, and he's on the bench today. So let's see what Selton can do.
Early pressure here from the home team on Barça as they try and play out the back. Bibian now can bring it forward. It was a poor pass though. Cubarsí in the way. Can only clear as far as Berenguer. It's a typical fast start. It's Iñaki Williams who got his finish all wrong. He must have been offside anyway.
He would have been, but that... we're playing advantage, so you don't need to pass me the flag.
Understood. First scorer, by the way. Questions in the chat for you, and you might want to make the answer quick because here comes Olmo.
This is a good start. This is a lot of fun.
Fiery start, Spence. Yeah, had a few of these, haven't we already in 2026?
Yeah.
That La Real game was crazy. Barca played away there.
La Real, Elche, Girona.
Yeah.
The game on Tuesday.
Yeah. That's a lot of them away as well, Spence, haven't there?
A lot of emotions.
Berenguer, Athletic have got the ball back now.
Thank goodness my watch gives me my heart rate.
Just to keep you in check, yeah. Oh, that's a super switch that by Sanchez. That'll do him the world of good confidence-wise. Unai Gomez here. Oh, and Boiro had gone and then checked back. I think he might well still reach that, and he's onside too. Here he comes, the Athletic. He's not off. He's onside. Play on. It's out of play.
You will wait to give me
Yeah.
the flag still.
Spence, first scorer. We did have that question popped in a while
Whoa.
ago. You had Ferran,
Okay.
Olmo, Lamine, and other options too.
Ferran, Olmo, Lamine,
Or other.
other. Can I take the hot hand or the hot foot and go with Marc Bernal?
Of course you can.
I'm going to do that.
I'll vote other just for you.
And I'll vote other. You know it's going to get the fewest amount of votes.
It does have the few.
7%.
Mac Lundqvist agrees that Bernaldinho's going to score first.
Bernaldinho.
Here is Olmo then just popping up wide right. Ferran's made that darting run in behind. Olmo went for the switch towards Rashford instead. Kurosawa had to get that, did get it. And Vivian can clear for Athletic. Bit of a problem for them has been scoring goals. Only 30 they've scored this campaign. You'd maybe expect better numbers. They have had big players in attack missing for parts of the season. You look at their squad on paper, and I think you mentioned it, Spence, that once they got Champions League, there is that almost requirement from the fan base to, hey, you've got to do it again, and then your expectations can be left a little bit dampened. Maybe more on that in a minute, because here comes Lamine Yamal. First time in the game, he has the ball in dangerous territory. Lamine checks, stutters, Ferran's in!
What?
And Unai Simon just about got enough on that deflection corner. Chaos in the box.
Good. Good stuff. Lamine slipping a couple of times, and he just cushions one over the top. And Ferran was trying, I think, to knock it back, actually, which it would have been a tough one-time shot anyway. But all right, keep it up.
Corner taken short by Rashford. Olmo now.
Have it.
Oh, Cancelo's in space.
Yeah.
Oh, and he can hit them from there. Just rising, though, in the end on his attempt. Fiery start.
Yeah. And what I like so far through the first 6 minutes is that Barca's players without the ball are getting into positions where they're in a lot of space to make decisions like that for Cancelo, or Lamine's cross over the top found a Ferran who had separated himself from the defender at the right moment.
There's Hansi Flick watching on. He's left a lot of his big stars on the bench. There's a glimpse of just some of them. Pedri, Rafinha, Lewandowski. There's Nico Williams, who everyone will be focused on tonight, of course.
And I believe that was Marouane Sanali.
It was,
as well.
yeah. Who I quite like, Spence, as a striker, you know, and he causes
He's
problems.
He's really big. I
Yeah.
think he needs to prove it a little bit more with his feet, but
Yep.
he's really big. Yeah, I like his size. It's hard. I mean, Athletic Club, we talk about this club and what they do, and I think, you know, if you don't know by now, you should go do your own investigations.
Yeah,
it's a
get
great
to know.
story because this club does not recruit from outside of the Basque Country. Every single one of their players, they've sort of, I'm not going to say bent the rules lately, but they've sort of like extended what is required to be a part of the Basque culture, and that's fine because they're just trying to survive in the football world while maintaining some of their roots. I get it. But on the whole, everybody here comes from this region, and those are the only people allowed to play for this club. So it's amazing for what they do. That being said, it's been really difficult for them to find a good striker. They have every other position set, but not so much the goal scoring. Number 9.
I think that's Unai Gomez who's down here. Another one of those who came up through the academy. I've been quite impressed whenever I've watched him. He's a tricky number 10. He's playing off the left today. Clean tackle from Bernal. It wasn't given, but I don't know if it was the fall maybe that just... maybe that... Oh, yeah, it is. He's rolled his ankle, Unai, there. Oof. Ooh. And that might be an early forced change that for Athletic, you know.
It looked like was it a hyperextension?
Oh dear, yeah, he's holding his knee actually. So early worries here for Athletic. There's Navarro warming up. And early thinking for Valverde to do. 8 minutes played, been a good game here. Barca Live family, Pablito 7777. Another Pablito, welcome to Pack Premium. And by the way, any of you guys, if you want to, become a Barca Premium member. It's easy to do and you've got various perks. If you become a basic Pack member, you can speak to us in the chat. Premium member, and well, you can watch all the exclusive live streams too. Spence, verdict here.
A couple of replays. It does not look good for Unai Gomez. He's come off the pitch. He's having difficulty putting any weight on that left leg. They're testing the knee now. It looked like a hyperextension. You never know what potentially snapped or strained in the process. I don't see a sub just yet. Maybe Navarro needs a few more minutes to get loose. I doubt Gomez will continue, but let's see. And from a listen, I know that was a somber moment, so thank you, production room, for choosing this moment for us to go to the flick cam.
There he is, Hansi Flick, pensive, watching on for this one. Flick comes back, people. I mean, that was clever. First time ball, Olmo took it down, cleared by Laporte. And he was offside anyway, Olmo. Spence, we never gave our guests the scores, by the way. 10 minutes in, I think it's still applicable to give.
Sure.
And we've all gone quite narrow. I actually have gone for a 1-0 Barça win today.
Ooh.
I think we're going to suffer tonight. I really do. Llorens has gone similar. He said Olmo and Ferran with goals, by the way. 2-1 win. You've gone?
I was actually, my original thought, my first gut was what Llorens said, which is a 2-1 win.
Yeah.
And then I just felt a little extra air of confidence, especially you put Casado and Bernal in there together. I don't know. I just feel good about it. Let's get back to it. 3-1. And yes, Navarro's going to come on for Gomez. So
yeah, there you go.
That's a quick substitution for an injury that needs to happen for Athletic Club.
Yeah, a loss early on, not what they would have wanted by any stretch of the imagination. But Valverde forced in to an early change, and Robert Navarro, ex-Barça, of course, comes onto the field to take his place. You'd imagine he'll go over to that left-hand side. Yeah, that's where he's making his way over to right now. Diacono Jose, welcome to Pack Premium, by the way. All of you are flying in. The premium members are making themselves known. That's a nice cushion header. Hit me.
Do they porta l'escudo al peit? Hold that thought.
We'll have to find out later. Here's Cancelo. Rashford making a good run. Cancelo, that's a very ambitious pass, I'd say, maybe. And Unai, yeah, I mean, not in a good shape at all here. Hobbling off the pitch. It didn't look good at all, did it, Spencer? You must say, when he went down there. It was off the fall after the challenge.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a contact injury. I mean, it came after contact, where he was more trying to plant himself, which is what scares you a little bit. Best case scenario for him, he hyperextended the knee, and maybe he's out a couple of weeks rather than a couple of months. You hope for that, actually. As weird as that is to say.
Yep. Here's Juan Garcia for Barça. Kicks long here, easy enough for Adama.
I mean, we don't ever hear speculate on injuries, and we didn't do it last week when Koundé and Balde both went down in the middle of the game, and we both looked, we saw it and we were like, well, this looks bad. And then I give credit to Hansi Flick, and I like that bluntness and straightforward mentality of Llorens asked him how they're doing, and he was like, hey, they're probably going to be out for, what did he say? 4 weeks?
Yeah, 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, you hear that and you're like, but that's usually not what a manager says.
No.
But I respect that. I like it. I mean, it's just being realistic about what we all saw, and without speculating any further, okay, let's see who else can contribute for us.
Oh yeah, Koundé you wouldn't expect back to the after the international break. Balde similar, judging by the medical reports released by the club earlier this week. Reizar has knocked that one out of play. 12 minutes gone here. Feels like it's just slightly settled after a frantic start. Eddie Garcia's taken that throw in.
So it does turn into what we were actually discussing in the post-game on Tuesday. Eric is playing right back.
Yeah.
And I still think they could probably switch it about if they needed to.
Yeah. I just wonder whether this is Flick trying to find the formula for Tuesday night in Newcastle and making the decision now. He hasn't got many options in there, by the way.
I mean, who else? Yeah, I was going to say, who else is there?
Araujo's the other option. He has been training with youngsters Xavi Espart, Alvaro Cortés, both impressive players, but I mean, he's not spoilt for choice at the back right now. Get the feeling this back four we've got on the pitch right now, maybe the most trusted four. And I'd say in those sorts of positions too. Although Cubarsí and Eric have made a good partnership. Here is Jonah Martin. Cubarsí. Bernal. Nice turn from Bernal, who played the full thing, didn't he, on
He's turning into a staple, eh?
Lamine.
Slowly but surely.
Oh, yeah. Lamine tussling in the corner. And he gives it away. And the Athletic fans enjoyed that, didn't they, over in that corner. There's the injury again.
I feel like maybe we're at the above average number of repetitions that we need for that, but okay.
Just about.
Sure.
There is Valverde. Spent pretty successful 2.5 seasons at Barça. Won the league in both of those. Won the league pretty comfortably in both of those as well.
It's great. He's a great manager.
Gerard Martin. Now Cancelo.
The way that they've got it set up today, Cancelo so far has been a little bit more central than setting up as a bit more of that wing back, higher up the pitch, trying to create from the touchline sort of role.
Well, it was interesting. On Tuesday night, Flick actually wanted to use him as a left back from the start, didn't he? And was forced to put him a right back early on because of that change. And he did really well from right back, I thought. It was... I mean, that Levante game, he was great too, but also against Atleti, really good. Ooh. And here we go again. Cancelo and Rashford linking up well. Castelló with a nice pass. Barça starting to get their foot on the ball here. This is Eric Garcia. Now Lamine Yamal. Lamine. Olmo. Lamine made the darting run back. Eric. I like Andy in the chat coming in and apologising that he's late.
It's okay, Andy.
Yeah.
You haven't missed anything yet. You're good.
You're forgiven, though.
We'll let it slide this time.
Cubarsí.
Next time, though, we're going to need a warning.
Gerard Martin. Oh, nice ball. Ferran.
Oi, oi, oi.
That look like a handball to you, yes,
probably not.
Maybe?
God, wishful thinking.
Vivian, though, can try and come away with this. He's not going to have to make it.
Stand up, senor. Yeah. Stand up.
We see too much of that in modern football, don't we, Spence? I've seen...
You can't blame him for trying. Lamine tries it too.
Yeah.
You gotta give it a shot. Yeah. Usually when Lamine tries it, he's inside the box to try and see if he can get, a penalty out of it.
Gerard Martin. Matt Columbus, it's okay, don't do it again.
I mean, could you imagine if we showed up late for this? What would happen? Hey. Just 2 empty seats, but the ambient noise of the game in the background, and then we just walk on later.
Yeah, 50 minutes later.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I was headed to the supermarket to get some sushi.
True story.
True story.
Cancelo. Oh, Ferran's made that darting run. Cancelo doesn't use him. Here's Rashford.
During the flick cam.
Eric. Back the way towards Gerard Martin now. Rashford, lots of the ball for Barça now. Rashford, Olmo.
Good idea.
Barça suffocating the home team though. No real way out for the team in red and white. Eric. Lamine Yamal. You got a feeling he would be playing despite the fact we knew rotations would be coming. That's going to be a free kick there.
Yeah.
On Eric Garcia, the captain for tonight's game.
Yeah, just got clipped off the ball. I like this. Barca have not set up all too often with set pieces in these types of positions.
No, yeah.
Take a moment, slow it down, see if you can work something. And you don't have to send it in first time. I'm sure that's probably what's going to happen. There's no Rafinha out there to do it. Let Rashford maybe curl one out.
Trying to peer around Seldon to see who was actually going to be taking it. It's going to be Marcus Rashford, you think. Or the Lamine's over there too. Yeah, you're right, Spence. It's not often Barca swing it in from here.
You never know.
Rashford leaves it. Lamine takes it down the line to Rashford, who's mighty quick. Gets there first and hit at the front post by Laporte. I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all.
Worth a try.
Yeah.
They practiced that who knows how many times on the training ground, either this week or over the last several weeks. Speaking of practice something on the training ground, I saw a story from Spanish football from the 4th tier.
Go on.
From last week, which is nearly unheard of. And since we're at a point in the game where we're searching for a goal, I guess I have a little bit of time to go into it, but I'll do it after this Barca attack.
Cancelo, Rashford. Ooh, given away. Gerard Martin had to make it, did make it. You might have time spent.
Yeah, looks like Jauregui is down injured. So there was a team in the 4th tier who were trailing 2-0. Utebo in Zaragoza. They were down 2-0 at home. And what they did in the 80th minute was they made a substitution. One keeper for another. And then that keeper, instead of playing in a normal position where the keeper plays, he would come out and act essentially as an 11th attacking player all the way up to about the halfway line, acting as sort of that first line of attack. Hold that thought.
Navarro here for Athletic getting away. Away by Gerard Martin. And he can hit them from distance, but it's blasted over.
So, in about 16 minutes of football after that,
Okay.
Utebo came back and scored 2 goals, and it finished 2-2. And have you ever seen like futsal sala?
Yeah, of course. I was about to say it's quite like that then, yeah.
It's here they call it the portero jugador, which is like the keeper that comes out and plays as an outfield player.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happened. And it was the strategy where I guess technically
That's fascinating doing that in 11 aside though.
11 aside.
So sorry, so you've got the back 4. He's what, like here?
He's just, well, I don't know if it was a back 4 in attack. It seemed more like him, and then players sort of spread around him. But I mean, you think Hansi saw that and was like, maybe one time when we're trailing?
Yeah, who would you put? Tech outfield?
You bring Tech. Well, I think Joan Garcia could handle it, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no problem.
Gorosabel takes a throw in here to Laporte. You look at that centre-back partnership, Spence, and you'd almost think that should be one of the top ones in LaLiga, don't you? That's a giveaway, though, by Laporte. Here
Let's
comes
go.
Lamine Yamal, almost making a darting run. Here's Ferran. Not sure what he did with it, to be honest with you. It sort of blasted off his foot. Casalot.
He slipped.
Yeah.
Just a very, very unfortunate time to slip.
And a good chance, because he had Rashford just round the back of him, too. Eric. Back to Cubarsí. 20 minutes played, 0-0 at San Mamés. Gerard Martin. Here is the Portuguese fullback Cancelo. They know he wants on his right foot, tried to flick it through to Rashford. And easy for Unai Simon to come and grab. Hansi Flick pondering on. Must have been pleased with the amount of heart and desire his team showed midweek. They were brilliant. Couldn't overturn the 4-0 deficit. Cubarsí's got to be very careful there. Oof. He always is careful. He made the right decision in the end. It was always there because Iñaki Williams went beyond. If you make the header back to the goalkeeper, you're in trouble.
That's one of the things that an athlete's brain has to do in such a short space of time to make that decision, to see it and then react. I think that's an underrated attribute of an athlete like Cubarsí.
He's so good at that. I thought he was remarkable on Tuesday night. I really do, Cubarsí. One of his best displays in a Barca shirt. It's going to need to be on it tonight, you'd feel. Laporte. Given away again by Athletic, and Lamine can try and bring things clear, although it's tidied up in there by Rego. And another really poor giveaway too. Cancelo.
Calma. Pedri, ¿dónde estamos? Calma.
Yeah. Here is Casalot. Very much in that Pedri role tonight. Now Cubarsí. Barca with just the one shot and none on target so far. That's what you would say, isn't it? Just need a bit more. I need to probe that goal a bit more. They've had loads of the ball. Athletic Club just over 20% of it, remarkably, here as we're halfway through the first half. Here is Gerard Martin. Lots of possession here, isn't it? Flick will be wondering how he can turn that into a bit more meaningful attacking play. It's being turned over in midfield quite a lot too, you would say that. You wanted the give and go there.
Yeah, I wanted the give and go.
Yeah.
He read my mind.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Should have made it.
And then Ferran was making a nice run up ahead too, so it could have been a give and go again.
Olmo.
Yeah.
He went too early anyway. Or Olmo played it too late. Laporte cut it out. Should be Cubarsí. Joan Garcia took charge. That's okay. Took charge well enough, and everyone's slipping. That's what you would say, isn't it? And that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt.
Why? Why would we do that?
Oh, I did not like the look of that at all in lifetime, Spence. Both players fully committed. I mean, you could see it coming a mile off, couldn't you?
What's the point of that? Why are we both going to ground there? They both like, there's both like. Okay.
Yeah.
They both looked at each other like they were living in the 1600s, riding on a horse with a jousting stick, running at each other. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. You ready? I mean, that's just not necessary.
You know what, Spence? In football, whenever I've made the mistake of going for 50-50 like that, and ended up injured for about 6 months with my ankle, got clamped in a tackle. From now on, if I see someone going to ground like that, I go, have it.
Exactly. If I'm running full speed and the other guy's running full speed, and where there's like that point of no return, like when you get to a yellow light at a stop, like at the stoplight, and you're like, well, either I'm going or I'm not. I'm just gonna hit the brake. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Remarkably, that only took about 30 seconds to deal with. Both players are back on their feet. No one had to go off. No medical staff. Unbelievable, because in live time, you saw the grimace on Flick's face as well. Didn't look like that would be the case. Here's Olmo.
You're going to need an ice bath.
Play on, Bernal. Yeah, Athletic wanted to foul themselves. Super ball from Bernal. Rashford in space here. Rashford first time. It's a terrible cross. On his left foot. And he goes behind for a goal kick. Barca are going to need a bit more quality for the likes of Rashford and Ferran in the final third than what we've seen in the opening 25 minutes. Right, I don't think they wanted to foul there, didn't they, on Berenguer from Olmo, the follow-through.
Marc Bernal's passing over the top beyond the back line. It's pretty decent.
Brilliant, yeah. Fermin, Pedri, just some of the options Barca have got on the bench. It's a pretty star-studded Barca bench this evening. Flick keeping some little tricks in reserve. Unai Simon kicks along. Eric leaping, Barca ball. Eric just probing, looking for the throw-in. Dishes it down the line to Ferran, who flips it over the top to Lamine Yamal. Fouled, was he? No. Boiro over the top. And Selton Sanchez is in here. Gets a shot away. It was a weak effort. Falls to Iñaki Williams. Deflection corner. Offside anyway.
Hey!
Is that a record? 26 minutes? And he was no way offside, by the way.
He was onside?
Yeah, he was well on.
That makes up for the other ones. That happened, but play didn't stop.
Gerard Martin bringing things clear here for Barca. Now with Cancelo. Cazador. That's making quite like a ASMR noise. Am I hear that? Gerard Martin.
Do you follow any of those ASMR
Oh, I
accounts?
don't actually. No.
Neither do I. I saw one though that really creeped me out.
Go on.
It was a monkey eating milanesas, like an AI monkey eating milanesas, and like the ASMR noise of the chewing of the milanesa. It just I don't understand.
That is horrific.
Really don't get it.
It wasn't what I was expecting you to say there.
No, I wasn't expecting to see it either, and I did. I can't unsee it.
Lovely cutting pass that from Kubarsi to Olmo, now Lamine. Yeah, just there though. Barca are allowing Athletic to get back in numbers, and we start again. It's been a little bit slow in attack. Gerard Martin. Oh, Rashford in a space here. Couldn't quite turn on it. Wide for Cancelo. A sliding challenge there by Gorosabel. Hands Barca for the throw in. I can't help but glance down at that stat of just the one shot from Barca so far. After
go on.
After such a frantic start.
Yeah. 78% possession, one shot. That is staggeringly low.
Yeah. Looked like it was going to be one of those end-to-end games, didn't it? It hasn't really been. A lot of the ball for Barca, and very little chances for both teams, you would say. Game is being played at a good intensity, though. It's not like it's a slow, sloppy game.
Well, both teams came out really aggressive, and then the Unai Gomez injury sort of gave both teams a breather and a chance to say, all right, hold on, let's pull back just a bit.
Unai Simon got in goal. Very much the Spanish number 1 right now. Juan Garcia down the other end, of course. Lots of question marks. What will happen there? It's a bump from Cancelo in the back of Navarro, who it looks has maybe come over to the right-hand side now. Berenguer has gone to the left. Casado. Cancelo. Cubarsí.
I think as it stands right now, this is the type of game that favors Barca. That might be onside.
Nice ball around the back, that, I'll tell you that much. And it was off. Yeah. Olmo had gone over. Yeah, Spencer, you were saying.
Well, you know about how Barca obviously like to play their way and win their way. We heard Rafa Justa say that actually in the pregame today. And it would appear to me, given that Barca have won, what was it, 5 in a row under the in the Hansi era against Athletic Club, if they continue to play their way, this style has been working just fine against Athletic Club.
Yep. Flick, I suppose he will be content when you consider the players missing. Just a few comments here, and when you think about it this way, De Jong, Fermin, Pedri, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Koundé, Balde. I mean, I've listed, 6 or 7 starters there. Not playing. Cancelo. Rashford couldn't quite get the touch. Casalo wrestling with his man. Play on. And that's going to be given eventually. Rashford lunged in on Gorosabel, who's down holding his shin.
Well, here's a good one. Andy says, I'm watching on TV, but for some reason, you guys, meaning us, are 6 seconds ahead of the TV.
You know what to do then?
Are you saying you're going to say pause us for 6 seconds? Or do you want to hear it first and then react to it? That's what I like to do at home.
Ah, okay. So, oh, really?
If I'm focused, it depends on the game. If I'm really focused on the game, and I'm not just talking about Barca, just in general, just in general, then it doesn't matter because I'm focused.
Good from Casalo, by the way. Really good. Ooh, well, they played advantage. I'm not sure they could have. I think he handballed it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But if I've got multiple things going on or I'm in the kitchen or whatever, actually the audio 10, 15, 20 seconds ahead of time is not a bad thing because then I can pick my head up.
Right.
And see
you don't
what's
miss
going
it.
on.
It's not a bad shout from you, Spence. Yeah, for a game you're not too tuned into.
Yeah.
Got you.
Sometimes that happens with Barca games or Girona games in Girona with the windows open because there's a couple of bars downstairs. And you hear it. It happened with the best one of that by far was the Euros when Lamine scored in the semifinal when Lamine scored that wonder goal. We could hear from blocks away the scream.
Yeah.
And boy, was it one heck of a...
I had that in the Euros as well, and I think that obviously all the windows open in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is, but...
Exactly. Where's Flick?
There he is. Can you see him down there just behind the linesman? He just sat back there now.
He's quiet. He's reserved. He's the Flick cam.
Cool, but see what defending to do there. Hacked clear by Juan Garcia. Not been Barca's finest of space so far. But, a bit of a tricky game to get into. 32 minutes played here.
Yep.
Not too much to write home about. What do you say, Spence, really?
No. First 5 minutes were very exciting. The last 20 have been a bit of a snoozer.
Yeah, they have been, yeah. Eric. Olmo. Lamine Yamal. That's nice from Lamine. Tidy football this from Barca.
Yeah, Athletic Club, I mean, we can see what they're trying to do and kind of why it's working. They're trying to pressure the midfield quickly to get fewer opportunities for the Barca players in the midfield to turn and make a decision. So that pressure comes in that middle third there.
Cubarsí. Gerard Martin now for Barca. This is Cancelo. Got his flick all wrong. And Rashford unable to keep that in. I feel like we need a bit of support here. Come on, put some Visca Barças in there. Give us some Visca Barças in the live chat, people. We need a bit of Barca love here because, as Spence said, been a bit of a snoozer the last 20 minutes or so. That's nice from Eric, though. Casado turns, got away.
Oh, hit him.
And he had options. Cazador in the end on the stretch. He was fouled.
That was a good chance.
I think
you could see the pass.
Yeah, you could. To be fair, out of all the Barca players, it's been a bit of a sleepy game. Cazador has looked on it. He's been energetic, bouncing around midfield.
Yeah, Elmer Days says the players are sleeping. Rashford's not awake.
Oof, that was a nice ball from Rashford there to Cancelo, who's in here. Joao Cancelo! Oh, and Unai Simon eventually got some of that. And Athletic survived. Looked ominous, didn't it, for the home team, and looked very much like it was going to be the opening goal of the game. Excellent play by the Portuguese fullback. So skillful. I think he went to pass Spence instead of shoot.
We didn't get a good enough replay of it.
Look at that. Oh, nice ball from Berenguer. They're in here. Big chance for 1-0. Joan Garcia in the way. How good is he from those sorts of situations? Sanchez was in to round him. Couldn't get enough purchase on the ball. And Garcia thwarted him right at his feet. Game's taken to life in 60 seconds. 2 big chances, Spence. And I'll tell you what. 2 pretty big interventions from both goalkeepers.
This has been a lot of everyone turned off and then needing to just switch on in a half a second. I think Barca need to find a way to generate a chance or 2 in the next 10 minutes just to feel good about themselves. Because they've still got just that one shot.
Yeah, that Cancelo one doesn't go down as a shot. It'll be good to see it again, though. I think it was Unai Simon who made the contact, made the save. That's nice from Cancelo, who has been good again so far tonight. Olmo. Lamine Yamal, play on.
Cancelo.
Oh, look at the space far side. It's all the way over to Cancelo again. Rashford's inside. That's who's been found here. Marcus Rashford once on his right foot as always. And in the end, given away by the Englishman once more. Good defending. Gerard Martin won it back. Keep this up. Keep them camped in their own half. That's what Barca want. Want to pin Athletic in, not have to go back to the defenders. Lamine tried it, didn't he? Ooh. Brilliant. Ferran snooping in. But when I see him on off his line quickly, grabbed it. This was it then, Spence. Oh, it's actually Laporte. Oh.
He was going for a little toe poke. Probably it was a pass. Oh, cuidado.
Even if it wasn't, though, I feel like he would have been the one to get on the end of his own ball there. Had Laporte not come sliding in. Oof. Still nearly fell to him. In the end, Unai just able to gobble it up. This is Cazador. Gerard Martin. Cancelo strangely looked like the most likely maybe in a Barca shirt to make something happen. Not seen too much from the front 3 so far. Here is Lamine.
That's been the difficult part, is getting the ball up there.
Yeah. Oh, foul given there. From Lamine to Adama. And Joan Garcia immediately after that chance, making a fine intervention down the other end. This was it. Would have been unfortunate, wouldn't it? The way it came off Gerard Martin. That's a super stop there, no Spence.
Yeah, because Selton actually got there first.
Yeah, it's been that sort of game. Scrappy. Very scrappy. Both teams struggling to get a real foothold on the ball and on the game. This one just ebbing and flowing.
Yeah. A lot more difficult to figure this one out from a tactical perspective, and Hansi's going to have his work cut out for him in the second half because you know Valverde's got tricks up his sleeve too.
You would say for Barca, the good thing about a game like this is the amount of firepower they've got on that bench. Fermin, Pedri, Lewandowski, Rafinha, just those 4 alone. I mean,
yeah, it just
those
depends.
Are some serious options.
It just depends how much time Hansi really wants to give those players before Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tuesday is only, 3 days away.
Yeah, it's not far, not
72 hours.
Not too far away at all. Berenguer's delivery. It's a really poor one. Easily headed clear. Adama had to get that touch right. because Lamine is on his tail here. And in the end did well. The Athletic fullback. What was his pass back like, though? It was very risky indeed. Oh, nice. Simon got a bit of it. And Lamine Yamal's not happy. He says that he was being pulled by Adama.
And he's right. Both of these players were pulling each other. Lamine got the first tug.
Yeah.
Adama came back with a tug.
Yeah.
Lamine got the third tug. Adama won the ball, so the referee was able to play advantage in that sense.
Yeah.
He was like, you guys each tugged, play on, and Lamine got frustrated, so he said, all right, you want me to call the foul? That was your foul.
And there's the ball. Oh, dearie me. Joan Garcia's got a right old whack there, and remarkably, Spence, he's okay. It's actually Laporte who's the man most hurt off that one. That looked like a knee to the head to me. And no.
Based on Joan's reaction, I don't know if... I think he might have covered his head, fortunately. It wouldn't have been offside. Yeah.
Oof. Brave goalkeeping. Oh, I thought Joan would have been worse off of that. When Laporte whacks him there. Oof.
Unfortunately, that the lower body took the brunt of the contact.
Yeah.
And his head didn't take any. Now Laporte is...
I think it's the fall from Laporte that's actually hurt him.
Yeah.
On his back of his head and neck. Those never look comfortable. Always surprises me how footballers often deal with those awkward falls. We see it so often.
They already made one change.
Yeah.
I think Laporte is going to be able to carry on through this.
There's a chance earlier. Sharp keeping. Have had a few changes. Yeah, he looks okay, doesn't he, Laporte? You'd expect him to carry on after just a whack like that. 40 minutes gone. Quite broken up game. Few injuries here and there. And Athletic again momentarily playing with 10. Olmo, can Barca capitalise? Well, if that ball was right, they may well have done. Lamine was in. And Adama in the way. And he can clear now. Cubarsí easily cushions it down. Bernal. Gerard Martin, this is Cancelo. Nice from Gerard Martin. The pass was the right one to Cancelo. Now Barca can open things up.
There you
Rashford.
go.
Cancelo could be in here. Use your body. Yeah, Laporte's back on by the way, and he's headed that clear. And Athletic can hack it clear. Not very far though, Bernal. Oh, good from Selton, won it back. Navarro. Did Iñaki Williams go too early? We'll have to wait and see. Here is the Athletic forward, Iñaki Williams!
No.
Into the back of the net,
It's
but
not
it's
gonna
not
count.
going to stand.
I could have told you that.
And he knew it. He knew it all the way, didn't he? No doubt, and he was way off. Had to put it away, didn't he? Just in case, but...
No, but at that point, I mean, I get... listen, how often do we do this? How often do we do this?
What?
I know that you have to wait and whatnot, but
no.
that one is so blatantly obvious.
It is.
It's just not... We just saw Joan Garcia take a thwarting to the head. You really want to risk injury again?
Yeah. Like a clear push on Cancelo a moment ago, by the way. That's excellently won back by Bernal. Now... Oh, he's... No way is he giving that. That wasn't a foul for me at all. Got the ball really cleanly, I thought, Cancelo. Play on here. Oh, no, they're going to bring it back, I think, are they? Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's all a bit bitty, a bit cut up, you know, the game.
Let's see.
I thought you got a good chunk of the ball there, Spence. I'm not sure you see it.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, you just get a bit of the player on the replay. Here's Boydell. Oh, nice turn from Sanchez. He's made a few.
Looking good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a nice ball too. Navarro's in. Big chance for 1-0 this. Oh, and the pass across the face of goal, agonisingly wide for Athletic. Almost the closest they've come, bar that Cancelo kick onto his own crossbar, right? And that would have stood onside.
Would have been really close.
Just couldn't get the bodies firing across the front post, could they?
And that moment there, I think, is a good example for everybody in this game and what it might come down to in the second half, which is you're going to get a chance like that. Can you put it away?
Yeah.
Can you take advantage of those very few limited real opportunities?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Athletic. Well, they'll be ruining that one, won't they? Olmo. Bernal. It's been so difficult, I feel, for Barça to even get from here to the front three. That's been such a tricky part of this game. When they have it, it's been balls up like that are more hopeful around the back more than anything. I suppose credit Athletic. Now, was that on or offside? It's not going to find Selton anyway. If it's off, they've got to put the flag up, though. Lamine. Barca throw.
I don't know. I don't know if that was waiting for advantage or not.
Here we go. Lamine Yamal. Bit of space from here to drive forward. Lamine. Good strength. Was he hacked down? No. Here comes Vivian, getting a little bit spicy this towards the end of the first half. Iñaki Williams. Barca will do well not to concede now. Williams cross. And Joan Garcia on the money again.
All right.
I think we might have a decent chunk added on here, though, Spence. You would say that much.
Yeah, he'd probably venture at least 3 or 4 minutes, no?
Bernal. And we're going to find out in just a few seconds' time.
Anything that happens in this first half is a...
Oh, that's nice. From Lamine. Oh, vital from Laporte. Ferran knew that was nearly his. Good lunge.
Anything that happens is a gift, and Barca are about to take that corner, and we do get 3 minutes.
It would almost feel like a miracle if Barca were to go into this first half leading. 0-0 to me seems pretty fair. 3 minutes then. Still no shots on target on Unai Simon's goal. Corner here, Rashford's over it. Not the tallest Barca team. In by Marcus Rashford. Ooh. Flicked onto the front post. Oh, goodness me. No one there at the back to turn it in. I think Bernal was closest to it, but even then, that nearly found its way all the way in from Ferran Torres.
Nicely worked, Ferran. I mean, what more can you ask of Ferran in a moment like that, right? That's why I just think he gets such a bad rap sometimes when he doesn't end up scoring, but that example is perfect. He did everything that he possibly really could have done. He got his foot on the ball in a tough spot. He put it towards the target, just unlucky.
It's a weird one, isn't it? That's where you'd want the number 9 running across, but it was Ferran, the number 9 today, who made the flick. But yeah, you said it, Spence. Someone has to be there in Barca goal to tap that in. They just have to be, back post. You need a player running in. It was Nini Bernal who seems to be getting himself in those sorts of positions all the time right now. Sanchez blocked away. That probably becomes the closest Barca have come, though. Here he is again, Selton. Cancelo with some defending to do. He does it well. Rashford, if he hurries, can start to cause a few problems here. Marcus Rashford. Delayed once. He'll have to go again, though. Cancelo. Ferran thought about it, didn't he? So congested in there. Well worked from Barca. 1 minute to go.
Let's see if we can get a goal during the flick cam.
Lamine Yamal.
You get a flick goal?
It would be a golden goal as far as Barca are concerned. Bernal. Lamine. Given away. So scrappy in there, isn't it?
There's time here.
Eddie Garcia, 20 seconds to play. Casador. Here's the relay smash and grab from the Catalans. Here is Cancelo. Now Rashford. Might as well swing it in there. Olmo. Nice from Olmo. Lamine Yamal. Edge of the box. Lamine to the back post. Ferran lurking. Rashford up there too. Corner.
They're not going to give it.
No, they're not.
That's halftime. And that's fair.
And they are... Yeah, it's going to be half-time.
Yeah.
Half-time, 0-0 between Athletic Club and Barça. There'll be no time for the corner. A strange half of football, you would say that much. No goals and few chances. Not to say it hasn't been intense, not to say it hasn't been highly contested, but Barça may be looking at some of those options off the bench to change things in the second 45 minutes. Half-time, that flick from Ferran may be the closest. It's Athletic 0, Barça 0. There you have it then, people. There you have it then, Spence. 0-0 at half-time. Maybe we expected a different sort of game with the changes, the rotations that were made. There just hasn't been too much to really write home about today, though, has there? So far tonight. Could be one of those games where the second half is so different to the first. But that first half on its own, Spence, has been quite strange, actually.
Yeah, I hope the second half is different because the first half that we just saw was a lot of Barça trying to figure out a way to break through into the final third and not having much success doing it. Bernal and Casado were put in there to be that double pivot, but that left a little bit of a lack of options for everybody to come forward. And Lamine and Rashford and Ferran, they were all sort of left out, isolated further up the pitch along the back line of the defense.
Yeah.
So I think either the halftime talk from Hansi will be about trying to be a bit more dynamic and progressive in terms of decision making to get out of that midfield pressure that Barca are feeling, or just make changes straight away.
Yeah. How do you think he's gonna tackle that? I get the feeling he might well leave them out there for an extra 10, 15 minutes just to see how they feel themselves into it, the players. Because as you said as well, Spence, part of the reason we're rotating today, is to give those guys who are talking about some goddamn rest, I mean, we don't want them out there all the time. The Rafinhas, the Pedris, Fermin, all of these lot who... Pedri, of course, we want to keep them nicely rested and in cotton wool. Lewandowski, I'm just seeing Elmir today say Leva and Pedri are needed. I imagine we'll see both of them. The absence of Pedri, of course, is huge. I think Barca are a different team with and without him. We're just seeing a replay of some of the highlights on our screens, which we will be seeing at full time. I mean, there haven't been huge chances. Barca are yet to have a shot on target, by the way. That chance where Cancelo, I mean, nearly got it through, the closest we've come, perhaps. I'm thinking about the Ferran flick at the end of the first half, too. I suppose the positive thing is, though, Spence, for Flick, is that he'll feel, if we can keep this at 0-0, the longer we do, the more chance we've got of winning it. Why? Because that bench is so damn strong.
Yeah, the bench is strong, and the players that will come off of it will be a little bit fresher, I think, than the ones who are playing right now. Because we mentioned Athletic Club also played midweek. They played Wednesday.
Correct,
so
yeah.
This is shaping up to be a good second half, but I think there's just that little extra key that we're missing right now that hopefully Barca can try to figure out coming out of halftime. I would say, leave on the guys to try and figure it out for 10 or 15 minutes and then make the changes that you see necessary.
Well, it's been a strange first half, people, but don't go anywhere. You've got the halftime quiz coming up, and then we'll be back here for the second half coverage and all of that good stuff that we like to bring in the post-game show too. You've got reactions and highlights coming up for you today, people, so don't go anywhere. A big second half ahead in our season awaits. I get the feeling it could be different from the first. Here's the halftime quiz. We'll see you shortly. How did you do, Coleres? Who got 5 out of 5? Let us know in the members live chat. Was it an easy one today? Was it an easy one? It's not been an easy game so far for Barça, you would say that much. It's been a really tricky one, in fact. Very few chances in the first half at San Mamés. And as you can see on your screens, 0 shots on target. It leaves us with a question of who was the best player in the first half. Not an easy one, really, to conjure up. We've conjured up these 3 options. Joan Garcia, Cancelo, and Bernal. Out of those 3, who's your pick?
Oof. Yeah, it's been a tough half to pick the best player of a half like this. I think Joan Garcia is probably the winner, right?
Okay.
I think he did enough to... Yeah, there were
a smart stop.
A couple of interventions, a couple of crosses or through balls that he decided to come out for and timed well, especially that one that was the closest chance for Athletic Club. Without him, I don't know if it's still 0-0, so
Yeah.
I'll take Joan Garcia.
I like it, Spence. I'm going to go for an outfield player, and I'm going to go Cancelo, you know. I think Cancelo's been good. And in a game where we've said it, a big problem has been the front 3 haven't been involved enough. Even Olmo, you know, we haven't got them on the ball, really. It's been a lot of passing around the back. It's been quite docile so far. I think Cancelo actually has got forward. He's bombing into that half space between Rashford and Ferran. And he's actually making things happen. That flick from Ferran was quite close that we're seeing on our screens. But I think Cancelo so far is making things happen like he did on Tuesday night, like he did against Levante. And I'm liking him so far since he's joined the club, actually. He's growing into his role. And despite nearly putting us 1-0 down within 30 seconds, he's really grown into this game. And going forward, it's one of those strange games, isn't it, Spence, where you might need your left back to pop up with a screamer or something. Or, you know, you take a 1-0 here and run, don't you? It's that sort of match week.
Well, you predicted the 1-0, so I know that's what you're looking for, and this is precisely why.
I'm clinging on to it, I really am. It just feels that sort of match week, though, I think, because of what happened on Tuesday night. The players are, of course, we know, struggling fitness-wise and whatnot, and he's made rotations, Hansi Flick, and I listed in the first half how many of the top players aren't in the starting lineup. So this is a more unfamiliar team that's being fielded tonight, but there's still plenty of talent out there, and I still think, I mean, you look at the front 4, Olmo, Lamine, Rashford, Varane. I think Flick will still be saying at half-time, hey, you know, you boys, I need a bit more from you 4 going forward, just to try and at least put a bit more pressure on that Athletic back line.
Yeah, and that just comes with finding space in the midfield, which Athletic Club haven't given Barca. So unless they figure out a way around that, or they try to go, I guess, straight over the top and try to, that's just not their way that they do things, but maybe look for a direct ball, like an A to B altogether from the defense up to the attacking players. I don't know where this is going to come from. I'm pretty stumped, I got to say. I think Hansi's feeling stumped too. I don't know. Let's see what he comes out with in the second half. Yeah,
work to do for Barça. Athletic, remember, have already been forced into one change. Unai Gomez went off for Robert Navarro in the first half, so they've already made one of their substitutions. Also played midweek, so we've also seen a few rotations from them. But all eyes are on Hansi Flick and that substitutes bench, you would say, or on the first 10-15 minutes of this second half, just to see how Barça do. Here is the team, by the way, that Barça, or the players, I should say, that Barça have got on the bench. Plus the inclusions of Cortés and Xavi Espart, of course, in recent weeks. But you look at that, Araujo, Pedri, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Fermin, Rooney. I mean, he's not short of options, Hansi Flick, is he? I mean, even the attacking-wise, the 5 of Pedri, Levy, Rafinha, Fermin and Rooney, I mean, those are some strong options. For a game like this, if things are still tight, with half an hour, 20 minutes to go, it's ideal, isn't it?
Well, the obvious 2 players on that list that can change the game in the midfield are Pedri and Fermin.
Yeah.
You would think that they're going to get some amount of time tonight. I just don't know how much, especially Pedri. Pedri played 90-plus minutes on Tuesday, but it really felt like he played 120. The way he was out there running and taxing himself. So...
Oh, well.
Did you see something?
I saw Pedri.
Well.
I believe I saw Pedri. You're spot on, Spence. By the way, Pedri, we had that moment, didn't we, when Balde went off injured and Flick, that's my last window. And he had Castellod ready, Flick. Pedri's coming on with the armband at half-time.
Well, that answers that.
And Flick asked Pedri, do you want to come off? He said no. But he was flat out on his feet with 97 minutes football played. Sunset's coming on. Pedri's coming on. This is big. Let's go back to game commentary for the second half. And so there we have it. The players are back out on the pitch for the second 45 minutes. And there's going to be a change for both teams here at half-time. It's the two number 8s who are on. Pedri strides on for Barça. We'll see who for in a few moments' time. He has the armband on. And for Athletic Club, it's Oyan Sunset who comes on here. So there you go. He steps on. A double change, Spence, then at half-time, or one each, I should say.
Two number 8s.
Two big ones now.
Yeah. We talked about already how congested the midfield was and how things needed to change for Barça in the midfield. They've made that change, Hansi going with Pedri, but Athletic Club have countered with their most potent midfield weapon in Oyan Sancet. So here we go. Let's see who gets the better of this very interesting chess match with 45 minutes to play.
Well, it should certainly make things more interesting, shouldn't it, for the second half? We're still waiting to see who Pedri has come on for. I'm just wondering if it's going to be Marc Bernal. Alia's saying it's Bernal who's out, and that might well make sense considering the minute load that he, of course, had to compete with on Tuesday night too. So once that is confirmed, we'll get that change on your screens. But Pedri on at half-time for Barça is the first roll of the dice by German coach Hansi Flick.
Come on, boys, let's go.
And we're back underway here for the second 45 minutes. And it is indeed Marc Bernal who has come off for Pedri. So Pedri and Casado then in central midfield for Barça. Sunset, as you can see there, has gone right up with Iñaki Williams, as you'd expect, in that number 10 role. Iñaki looked offside there. He was offside. Well, those 0 shots on target, that's a stat Barça want to change early on into this second half. They want to start firing shots away at Unai Simon's goal, start to really put him under some pressure.
Yeah, you know, it's different than a normal game where you're thinking they're just overworking the ball and
that's
that
a nice foul.
They're not taking their shots when they get them. That should have been a foul.
Yeah.
Barça win it back anyway. But the reality is you can't even get mad at them not taking their shots because they haven't really gotten into shooting positions.
No, yeah. Already Pedri starting to tick things over in midfield. Lamine, Pedri's in behind here. Chance early on to the second half. Pedri, pull back. Cleared.
Well, there you go. Pedri comes in and immediately Barça are in behind.
And
shocker.
Yeah, and it was him, the one making the run in behind himself. Just gliding into zones where no one could track him. Another nice pass there. Olmo now. Ferran's in. Vital header. Chance for Rashford around the back, though. Rashford through a crowd. Simon saves. First shot on his goal comes some 90 seconds into the second half. And there you go. That's the start that Hansi Flick would have wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly how it was supposed to go for the first 45. So let's see if they can keep up the energy here.
Olmo. Pedri. De La Martin. Wide is Marcus Rashford. Nice little touch for Cancelo, who bursts into space. Cancelo, corner. No, Gorosaba claiming it came off the Portuguese full at last. It didn't. Better from Barca already. And they are a different team with Pedri. There's simply no denying it. That's a comfortable stop for Simon, isn't it, really? One you'd expect him to make off of Rashford's effort, who will take the corner. As some of the big guns got from the back for Barça. We said it before in the first half, not a very tall team. Just our third corner of the night. Rashford over it, gives the signal. In by the Englishman. And easily cleared by Iñaki Williams. Falls here to Pedri, plucks out of the sky effortlessly. Remarkable footballer. Lamine. Steps onto his left foot. Lamine. Dink to the back post where Rashford was waiting. Was he offside? No. Rashford back in. Flicked on. And flicked wide by Kubarsi. Ferran couldn't get contact on it. As well as those already out on the pitch.
Ooh, look at who's there. It's the masked man.
Rafinha, Lewandowski with his new protective mask, and Fermin also warming up for Barça. Yeah, and there was nothing illegal with that move at all, by the way, despite complaints. Yeah, more of a flick on from Kubarsi than an attempt on goal, wasn't it?
I think he would have taken either one.
Better though, isn't it, for Barça? And the start we would have wanted to have made to this second half. It's good. The energy's there.
Yeah, I mean, this could end up being like a Mark Gu game, you know? Just go. that was the 1-0. Just go get one. Find a way to get one.
Eddie Garcia stabs that one out for a throw-in. Hear the noise inside San Mamés. Athletic have the game relatively where they want it right now. Although expect Barça to grow in the second 45 minutes. Casado with a clearing header. Olmo. Nice from Olmo. Pedri can bring things clear. Got a touch in it. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. Was, yeah.
Yes, he was. Late whistle, but late's better than never.
Yeah, got a bit of a tug from Sunset. Cubarsí. Is there that intent, that energy that Barça need in the second half? Casado through a nice gap there. Olmo with a turn. He was fouled. And a yellow card. First of the night goes to Rego.
Have we brought one out today? I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's first by my books. And it's a bad one, yeah. Quite right.
My cards are stuck together. There we go. It's this card.
Don't do the classic where the ref accidentally pulls out the red.
Pulls out both. Well, you pull out both and you wonder which one is he going with. No. It's this one.
Rego, who will miss next game because of that booking for accumulation of yellows. And it wasn't a great tackle, actually, I will say. And almost taken it well, too. Araujo's also amongst those warming up, by the way. Not often you see that many strong players warming up on Barca's bench. Flick will know the importance of this one, though. There's not too long to go. We're starting to approach crunch time in La Liga.
We're not resuming play right away.
Yeah.
That could only mean one thing.
Yeah. Wasn't great from Rego. I mean, he does stamp on Olmo. And they're just going to... This one might well be checked. They're not going to check it. Why did I know, man? I don't even know why I got excited. What's wrong with me?
It's okay. It's normal.
I know, but...
I mean, it was just another... It was 50-50. It was close. Maybe
I'm
not 50-50.
I'm going to be honest. With my normal footballing hat on, Spence, I thought it was a yellow card.
Right.
I did. When I saw it, I thought he stepped on him. Easy for Joan Garcia. And I've said this to people before. I think now with the slow motions and the freeze frames, we are making football like a ridiculous sport. People don't realise in football you stamp on people a lot by accident. It's not always a red card.
Of course not.
And I'm not sure that was a red. But my point is, I guarantee you could go back in La Liga this season and find one that it was given a red card in. And that's
of course.
That's the frustrating part.
That's the subjectivity of it, and that's why people think VAR is the thing that's going to make it all balanced and equal, and it's just never going to be that way because in the end it's always humans at the controls making decisions.
Navarro. Oh, nice from him. Santet's in. Joan Garcia down low. Good save.
You know, two humans are the same, and even the same human isn't the same on any given day. So I said 50-50. I was wrong. It was definitely 85-15 at best in favor of a yellow card.
Cancelo. Gerard Martin. Pedri. Now Pau Cubarsí.
Keep moving it from side to side.
Eric. The Barca have started to just probe a little bit more that Athletic goal now in the second half. Already had as many shots in the second as we did in the first. Only played 8 minutes. Gerard Martin. Back to Pedri. Who, as you can imagine, has seen plenty of the ball since stepping onto the field. That's still in play, by the way. Yeah, play on. Rashford didn't go fully out. Quick feet from him. Excellent from Rashford. Vivian puts out the fire. Corner, I think, yeah.
Ha salido ahí. Ha salido ahí también. ¿Qué dices? I don't think it went out either time. Let's
I don't
see.
think it. I don't think all the ball went out, and it didn't. Yeah.
It was very, very close.
Good call. I'm fed up of seeing those given when it's not all out. It's rounded. You have to go from above.
You're on one today.
Yeah, that's all right.
Your feet. No, don't stop now. We need the fire and the energy. Stay angry. Stay humble.
In by Rashford. Oh, I just thought that was going to reach it, Martin. It will fall to Olmo though. Wondered if he could,
Voila!
oh, look at that from
Voila!
Olmo. Quick feet.
Falta.
Fouled.
Sí, señor. Y tarjeta, por favor.
Surely.
Nah. But falta.
Starting to just pick up its energy, this one, isn't it? How
Oh.
about this from Olmo though? Little cameo there. Oh. Quite a cynical kick. I'm quite surprised that wasn't given as a yellow card, considering he was stepping into attacking territory. As it were, this is a free kick in a pretty good area, you would say that much, with Rashford on the pitch.
Pablo,
Dime.
I'm going to give you some ASMR here, okay? Marcus Rashford, top bins. Top bins Rashford.
It looks like Olmo's going to take it.
Danny Olmo, top bins.
Up steps Olmo, and it's into the wall. We'll get him next time, eh? Casalo. Olmo. Back to Cancelo. When Athletic have given up an awful lot of possession today, haven't they? I'm not sure I expected them to give up this much at home. Maybe they've been quite happy with where Barca have had the ball.
The game's working for them right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to stay in this at 0-0 as long as they can and try and snatch one.
And they came pretty close a couple of times in the first half. Nah.
No. Yeah.
Play football. I will say this. We're 55 minutes in. And we're speaking objectively as we always do. This, so far, has not been a good Lamine game.
No, yeah.
That first cross that he put in was his best moment of the night so far.
Yeah, not seen too much from Lamine. And Barca could do with a bit of his magic in this one, you would say that. There's the ball over the top for Iñaki Williams. Oh, and Kubarsi could be in big trouble here, couldn't he? Yellow card. Referee was adamant on his decision, by the way.
Interesting.
If he gives a free kick, I thought it must have been a red, Spence.
That's what you would think. Let's see.
Onside.
Onside.
Does he catch him?
Does he trip over himself?
It looks if there is contact, it's minimal.
He trips over himself, I think.
Maybe no.
I mean, maybe he trips over himself. But
Might be the slightest piece of contact. Those Athletic fans are adamant that should be a red card, as you can see. And this one, of course, still under review. I'll tell you what, referee was adamant.
I think it's done.
Right, there you go, yeah.
That's one I'd like explained to me because I'm not a rules expert.
Yeah.
I try to be, but I'm not. And he was the last man. If there was a foul, or if there was the perception of a foul.
Berenguer to the back post. Laporte's lurking. Got good contact too. Cancelo with enough of a clearance. Shoveled back upfield. Bibian, excellent. Almost like a left winger. Remarkable sunset save, and and another block. Big save, Joan Garcia, and then Iñaki Williams on the rebound wide.
Get Joan Garcia in the chat now. My goodness. It's man of the match territory. What a stop, and it was right at him, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't right at him. You got to react to that. That is a tough save.
Well, how about that from Bibian previously too, Spence, where he plucked out of the sky like a winger. The pullback too, and a really good stop by Joan. And then Cancelo with enough pressure on Iñaki on the rebound. Here we go then. Rashford down the other end. Yellow. It's not even given a foul.
You're approaching Mark Brau territory in terms of your feistiness. Wow. Go on, stay feisty, but I don't think you, well.
Oh, he's tripped him up. Wow. He's gone to ground and tripped him up.
And then that one?
And he's playing on with that one too. He got the ball there, yeah. Referee spot on. Hey, spot on the referee. Pedri through a gap. Oh, and Unai Simon was swiftly off his line. This one nearly at the hour mark, Spencer's just taken to life a bit, hasn't it? Navarro. Oh, and Sun sets in if he plays him. Delayed far too much. Far too much from an athletic perspective. This is going to come right back at Barça, though. With Berenguer. Gorosabel. Oh, way too much on it.
Nada.
And everyone can breathe. Woo. That's what you asked for, Spence. Your emojis.
Which emojis?
Which one?
Give them to me. There they are. Yeah. Oh, no, they're not here anymore. Here they are. I can see them. Nicely done. Good job, Andy Elmer Days. It's Piano Guy. Sing us a song. You're the piano guy. Football Watch. Mac.
Oh, collector's item that. Pedri with a misplaced pass. And Hansi Flick has seen enough. Fermin, Lewandowski and Rafinha are all coming on. A triple sub in the making here. And this is interesting. If things stay how they are, Barca would extend the lead to just 2 points. Of course, they came to the match week 4 points clear. Kubarsi. Eric.
This is what we expected, the hour mark.
Yeah, and maybe like for like, you'd imagine, Spence, with the changes.
Yeah, nothing else in this game indicates that you would go crazy.
There you go, there's one. So Lewandowski on for Ferran. Rashford's off also for Fermin. And Olmo also will be retreating the field of play for Rafinha. So like for like, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Three new players, all of whom are top of their class, pretty much in the world at their position.
Oh, yeah.
And they all come in right now to try and win the game.
A triple change of meaning that from Hansi Flick. He does leave Cancelo out there, so more of a holding midfielder next to Pedri. Maybe not to expose Barça too much. Olmo not really able to have the impact on the game he would have liked to have had tonight, you wouldn't think, would you? And what can Fermin bring from the bench here? Gerard Martin doesn't give Joan Garcia too much of a gift there. Cancelo had to be careful, but he was. And his pass was not careful at all. He's won that back, though. And this is more like an Athletic Club Barça, isn't it now? Lamine, who has been yet to affect the game, is still out there. Fermin. First involvement for him. Rafinha immediately making that darting run round the back and trying to cause Unai some issues. Laporte. It's going all the way through, you'd imagine. Kubarsi will be easily able to mop that up.
It's weird hearing the name Laporte.
Kubarsi with the header.
Without an at the end of it.
Laporte.
Laporte.
Yeah.
And if you just add the...
Laporta.
Just on an island all by myself over here.
I got there. Rashford. Not Rashford, he's off the pitch. Cancelo. Back now to Gerard Martin.
Get your head in the game. Let's go. We got this. Come on. 30 minutes. Let's go, crew. Come on, chat. Let's get it.
Fermin Lopez. Vital 30 minutes to embarrass our season, of course. Cancelo now. Wide here for Eric.
Wouldn't mind trying a switch with Eric and Joao Cancelo. Because
Yeah.
we saw how good Cancelo was linking up with Lamine at the end of that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, and you put Jordan Martin back to our left back. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Got a natural swinger then from the left as well. Oh, Castelló got a bump there. Not a nice bump. Fermin. Play on, yeah, why not? Oh, Athletic have stopped. Oh, and the play stopped. And Fermin is fuming about it. Sorry, has he given a foul to Athletic there?
What happened?
Come on.
Cancelo is the one that got stepped on.
Yeah, 100%. Remarkable. Genuinely remarkable.
Where's Mark Brau? When we need him.
Sat right here. Laporte over the free kick then. The Athletic remarkably got. Swings it up here. Towards Iñaki. Cleared by Cancelo. Come on, Barça. Foot on the ball. Start carving out some chances. Passes like that are always going to be risky though. Sanchez in. Big chance here for 1-0. Navarro.
Nice.
And Pedri clears.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. Let's run.
Yeah, Athletic did not make the most of that. Barça on the other end though, and IC1 is so well positioned off his line every time though. Pedri. Needs some help.
Oh.
Fouled.
Got it.
Sabel. And Barca will take that because he was surrounded there by about 4 Athletic shirts. Yeah, and it was a forceful challenge by Sabel too.
That stuff hurts, man.
65 minutes. Clock just ticking away here, Spence.
Yeah, it's just the. I mean, we've gotten a few more shots up in the second half. You can see, and there's one on target now. I don't even remember what that was. Was it
Rashford, yeah.
Rashford. But
for that to be the only one.
But yeah, you'd like to see a few more.
Gerard Martin. Cubarsí. Eric. Lamine threatened that running behind. He made it. I think he just stayed onside too. Lamine. Pullback's good. Chance on the edge of the box for Lewandowski. Certainly fell to the right man. In Barca gold. Couldn't stick it away. Good block. Lamine. Castelló. Back to Gerard Martin. Swung wide here for Cancelo now. Joao Cancelo for Barca. One way then the other. Nice skill from him. Pullback wasn't bad either, you know. Throw in. Come on, Barca. Sustained pressure here. We need it.
That's good. And that's the first time, really, that both Cancelo and Lamine have had a chance to make some moves on the wing. Let's go, Flick Cam.
Gerard Martin. Pedri. Nice from Pedri. Glides past 1 or 2. Look at the space here for Lamine Yamal for Barca. Lamine! Yes! Oh, yes! What a brilliant goal by Lamine Yamal! Simply sensational from him. He just keeps on producing. That's a peach from Lamine. Pedri made it. Lamine scored it. And Barca have lift off in San Mamés. Athletic 0, Barca 1. Vamos.
You freaking man. You crazy, insane, world-class talent. Get out of here with that stuff, man. What are we doing?
Oh.
What is this? One touch set it up, second to get it in the right spot, third and you give Unai Simon no chance. Nobody has a chance.
Oh, we loved that one, didn't we, Spence? How about Hansi Flick? This has not been an easy game for Barca by any stretch of the imagination. But halfway through the second half, Hansi Flick delighted, as is the Barca bench. That feels like a big goal in Barca's season. It really does. It had to be those two, didn't it? Quiet game for Lamine. Out of nowhere, he's produced an absolute pearl.
He's your mall, y'all. Let me your mall,
Oh!
y'all. You got a problem, got a number you can call, y'all.
You know he is.
Pristine 19, he can ball, y'all. He about to win the brawl, y'all. Let me your mall, y'all. He's your mall, y'all. Let me your mall, y'all. You got a problem, got a number you can call, y'all. Pristine 19, he can ball, y'all. He about to win the brawl, y'all. Let me your mall, y'all.
Pristine 19. Guruzeta's on, by the way, for Athletic Club. They made a double change, in fact. I think I saw Abesca also enter the field of play.
This is one of those games where you got one, you feel good about it because it was such a grind to get that one. Don't let it slip away now. Go get a second, or at the very least, the next 5-10 minutes have to be locked down.
Oh, yeah. Big goal, but this is a big 20 minutes now in Barca's season. It really is. Athletic have sent on some firepower. Guruzeta, who knows where the back of the net is. That's Lamin's 19th goal of the season, by the way. He's starting to hit some serious numbers, where only in March he's the team's outright top scorer now by a difference of 3 goals to second place Ferran with 16. Really has started to rack them up in the from the turn of the new year, has Lamine Yamal. And it's the Barca fans who you can hear now. Martin, Casador, Pedri. Talk about a game changer. Does it every week. That one got away from Lewandowski, who has been training with the Mars to get used to it. Different approach now from Athletic than maybe Spence, who have not had a lot of the ball in this one. Just over 20% of it for most of the game. Do they have to come out a bit more now?
Well, yeah, now they have to go find a way to get a goal. And to do that, you have to have more than 23% of the ball. I mean, they've had, like we said this before, they had their chances in this game. Not many, but now they have to be a bit more proactive, yeah.
Oh, well, that's not nice to see, is it? We're just getting an image of Unai Gomez, who, of course, went off in the first half for Athletic. Crutches already in hand for him. Over 50,000 inside the beautiful San Mamés Stadium tonight. Fans have been really up for it. You can't doubt them. Vesca. Bibian. And Athletic have defended so well as well, you would say that, but just too much room for a player of Lamin's quality, wasn't it? And he coming onto his left foot like that, you cannot afford to leave him there, but it's a tricky one for Boydell. Does he stick or does he go? Cool, I'd see with more good defending there. Cancelo's got to get out of a difficult spot here. He did it pretty well, you must say. Oh, Pedri's got to do the same. Just remarkable.
What?
I don't know how he does it. He didn't even have any room to do that.
What?
He had no right to get out of that, Pedri. What a ball from Fermín to Lamine too. This could be one of the goals of the season if Barca finish it off. And it got away from Rafinha. And I think that's going to be a goal kick, you know. Well, can we get another look at that maybe, Spence? That was genius, wasn't it?
Pedri just getting out of trouble and then Lamine opening it up. You still feel like Barca are the prime team here to grab a second one, too.
Yeah.
The way things are going.
And a second would purely be dreamland for Hansi Flick's team. It would pretty much kill this off, you'd imagine, at this stage. With the few chances Athletic have managed to conjure up. It's been a game of few chances, though, you would say. That goal from Lamine, just the second shot on target for Barca. It's not that the first was too threatening either. That's nice from Santet. And he has got Osawa wide of him, too. Cancelo has to get out and stop that cross. And it's caused Garcia some issues in goal. Navarro. Pedri clears.
Naturally. Look out.
Bibian.
Nah.
Over. Not often you see Joan Garcia come for the ball and not get it. This is the goal again then. Just brilliant. Pedri knew where he wanted to go all the way. And this one, I mean, inch perfect.
I mean, it's a great goal from Lamine. The reason he has so much space, I don't know what Adama's doing. I mean, he started so far away from Lamine that he had to make up ground in the end.
Athletic straight back on the ball themselves with Berenguer. Agonising into the back post, but no one waiting. Deflection, corner. And the fans want more. 73 minutes on the clock. Get the feeling we're going to have a grandstand finish, don't you?
It's going to be intense because these fans won't give up.
Barça going to have to show some of their best defensive strength that they've shown all season. Berenguer.
Nada.
Too much on that, and Barça can just breathe a sigh of relief here. And was that Eric who was almost calling for something from the bench? Well, the youngster's going to be thrown here. Eric Garcia is on for Jauregui Zarden. Valverde, they're not afraid to throw on those from the academy. Kubarsi. Goal kick. Good press from Guruceta. Different game now for Barca to contend with, who had a game of probing, of just trying to find something. Now you get the feeling it's going to be a lot of containing without the ball, perhaps. Defending crosses into the box. Kubarsi. Marc Casado. Got to be careful, can't lose it there. Cannot lose it there. Eder then, first involvement for him. His pass was slightly behind Gorosabel, and Cancelo, who has been good again tonight, gets in. Rafinha.
Turn.
Pedri. There's the space. Fermin had it. He was fouled though.
Yeah.
And sometimes players feel their only option with Pedri is to just haul him to the floor.
It's because that pretty much is the only option.
Well, the injuries just keep on coming. I'm not sure if that's just cramp for Marc Casado, who has obviously not played as many minutes this season, but he's down in a heap on halfway.
I think he's all right.
Yeah, maybe that more like cramp than anything then for him. Araujo was ready if that wasn't the case, though.
Kind of looks like he's getting ready to come on anyway.
Yeah. Lewandowski, super striker's turn on halfway. That not a bad ball either to Lamine Yamal. Lamine was offside, or was Lewandowski? Surely not. Anti-Flick encouraging him to keep going.
He was.
Yeah.
And in fairness, I asked like 15 minutes ago for us to just call that when it's obvious.
Yep.
So, fine.
It was tight. Linesman had a good view of it.
It was tighter than the other one, but who's counting? Not us.
Cancelo. Get up, says the referee. Laporte. Vesca. That was he got himself in a bit of a muddle there. Athletic have worked it nicely though. Guruceta, I think, went too early. We'll play this through though. Yeah, there you go. No, the referee says we'll pull it back. It's quite nice actually, like a breeze.
Yeah, we need it in this room.
Yeah.
Let's get a windmill going.
Under 15 to go here. Barca playing to restore their 4-point lead at the top of the table. And here we go. Araujo is coming on. Who's he coming on for? He's coming on for Marc Casado. There you go. So a reshuffle for Barca. You'd imagine, Spence, that's Eric in midfield, right? And the rest we'll have to figure out.
Casado comes off. Eric goes midfield.
Then
Cancelo to the right. Gerard Martin to the left. Araujo and Kubarsi in the middle. Araujo with the captain's armband. There you go.
correct.
So we've had 3 different captains in this game.
Yeah. And a reshuffle.
Who am I missing? Who's the Frankie's the 4th captain, I guess.
Oh, Frankie's the second in
I
reality.
mean, I mean the 4th of the 4
Right.
that we haven't seen, which
Yeah.
obviously we won't see.
Oh, Joan Garcia's got to be careful there. Eric can bring us away. And this is all very tight back there now, isn't it?
Is Rafinha onside or off? Doesn't matter.
Goes all the way through. Right, so the updated Barca team looks a little bit something like this then. Changes at the back, so a bit of a reshuffle. Gerard Martinez has been playing centre-back
And
all night long.
You did that quick.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
It's interesting though because Cubarsí goes from right centre-back to left centre-back. Cancelo from left-back to right-back. Gerard Martin from left centre-back to left-back. It's, well, a bit of adapting to do. In the last 10 minutes of a crucial game and with defending to do. Santet. Laporte. Wide now here for Navarro, who can step inside. The switch is on. Athletic possession stats just creeping up as you'd expect. They're now having plenty more of the ball. It's Barça who are pinned deep in their own half. Gorosabal has made a really nice run, but he won't be able to be picked out. And that was a good idea by Cubarsí too to release Rafinha.
Almost worked as a one-time clearance through ball hybrid.
Yeah. Athletic will just come again though. Now very much playing like Barça played for a lot of this game. Centre-backs with loads of time on the ball. Don't want to lose it there though. Pedri was nipping at the heels. Navarro. Adama. And we are into those final 10 minutes. How are the nerves, Culers? Good switch. Berenguer. Tackle from Gerard Martin. Very solid from him again tonight.
In those moments of the game now where we haven't really felt a lot of pressure defensively, and all of a sudden, because we're leading by a goal and Athletic Club are forced to come forward, we're feeling it a bit more.
Good from Eddie Garcia. He's got to be strong in there. Well, this is going to come back at Barça. Free kick, though. Hand off to the face of Eric by Eder Garcia.
That's a veteran move from a veteran player who probably did get something in the face, barely.
Yeah,
but
so little. Yeah. So very little.
that usually gets called.
This is the golazo again then from Lamine Yamal. Couldn't have put it any bit better. Postage stamp. And Pedri to Lamine. You get the feeling it had to be Barca's big dogs who came up with the combination tonight. That's the way it's been. This one far from done yet though. Araujo with a nice switch there to Rafinha, who ran out of room. Barca ball.
Frustrations are piling up for everybody on the Athletic Club side. Just get me to the finish line now. Hasn't been a ton of stoppage in the second half.
Nope.
Barca got the goal. They've made the proper substitutions.
Yeah, as expected, they brought on the players they knew would make the difference. That's very much been the case. Cancelo's over the throw-in. Fermin. Cancelo again. Pedri.
You know what I like from this game, Pablo, is that we have an archive of us on this Barca Live at some point in the second half of me going, you know, Lamine Yamal just hasn't really had it tonight.
Yeah. That's in the books.
Hasn't been his best game.
Yeah.
That's recorded forever. It's never going away. And yet, here we are 1-0 thanks to that man. So
Yeah.
That's football, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what he's got in his locker, I mean. And Athletic knew that was a danger, didn't they? Even though Barca haven't created much tonight. That's a bizarre switch from Araujo. It might well cause problems, that, but it's easy in the end for Unai Simon. Laporte. Navarro. Good from Eddie Garcia, strong in the tackle. That's what we need from our midfielders. Lamine with quick feet. And Barça will do well to slowly take the sting out of this game. Oh, Gerard Martin slipped. Unfortunate moment for him, but Barça going to have to recover. And Athletic are in behind, and Joan Garcia is down low.
Mr. Reliable. Always in the right place at the right time, Joan Garcia.
Yeah, just there to lie on the ball. I wonder if the pullback could have been a little bit better directed from an Athletic perspective. Fermin.
Falta!
Fouled. Vesca fouled him. Refused to allow Fermin to get away. Yeah, just a cynical little trip. Nice ball, wasn't it? Yeah, they didn't have players streaming across the 6-yard box, he would say that much. Cubarsí. Gerard Martin. Joan Garcia. It's all risky back there for Barça, isn't it, really? Don't want to be giving away the ball in those areas. Oh, Berenguer has given us a lifeline.
A lot of slippage for both sides in this game.
Was that an overly watered pitch?
I don't know. I'm just not used to seeing these players slip that much. I don't know what the cause of that would be.
I remember almost to this day, actually, 3 years ago, Barça hobbled to a 1-0 away win to Athletic Club. Rafinha scored the sole goal on that night. There was some unbelievable last-ditch blocks and tackles at San Mamés. Barça, maybe in similar sort of vein, looking to get over the line here tonight. That's a good call, you know. He's being held, Lewandowski, yeah.
I mean, he's being held and he does deliver an inadvertent elbow.
He does. Which Gorosabel, of course, thought was going to be given.
But that's the same as the call with Lamine earlier where Lamine fouled him first.
Right.
And then he got fouled. It was the same, but reverse this time. Lewandowski got fouled first and then inadvertently connected on an elbow. It's been good refereeing tonight, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know what Marc Parau thinks about it.
Yeah, frustration certainly is building in the Athletic ranks. Barça have done a decent job, I think, of just draining the clock down in the last, 10 minutes or so, you'd say. Cancelo with a throw-in. Gets in there again, Joao Cancelo. Lamine.
Oh!
That's some
Get
switch
there.
by Lamine.
Oh.
Risky, but impressive from Gorosabel, the defending. Who can bring Athletic forward with Berenguer. A slip from Cubarsí when we didn't need one. Sancet, offside. Did you see that? Did you miss that, Spence?
What?
There was a lion mask in the stands on one of the fans.
Oh, no, I was covering my face with the offside flag.
That was a great mask. Valverde paces the touchline.
This is like a 4-minute added time situation.
Yeah, you think so. 3 or 4, I agree with you, Spence. Not more than that.
3's asking a lot.
It is.
But, sure.
Alama. I'm almost certain we'll get 4.
Yesterday, it was 1-1 after 90 minutes in the Celta Madrid game.
Yeah. And we got 5, right? Yeah.
But before the 5 minutes came on, the graphic that came on the screen was plus 50.
Yeah, we could do with not a plus 50 tonight, couldn't we? You know what's funny, Spence? When I saw that, for a minute I thought, because I missed a bit of the game, had something meant to happen, and then I realised, no, actually, because you actually couldn't add on more than 50 in a 45-minute half.
True.
Fermin, again, Vesca tried to stop him. Fermin got away. And often at that moment, you're maybe better taking the free kick, aren't you, and the yellow card. giveaway again, though, by Athletic. You can hear the groans from the home fans, can't you? Joan Garcia kicks long. Adamas going to have to keep this in play. 90 seconds away from finding out how much there is going to be added on here.
Haven't had many of actually. Oh boy. I'll say it later.
Okay. Cancelo. Good from Vesca. Eddie got a touch too. Nice. Now Sancet. Strike over.
Talking about this scoreline.
Yeah.
And the fact that you predicted this final score. And that it has yet to occur for Barça this season in any competition.
Yep.
This could be one of those nice, neatly wrapped and packaged 3 points for Barça in their title chase.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how much time gets added on in 30 seconds.
Yep. Heart starting to race a little bit faster now. Gorosabel. Araujo's got to deal with that. Does deal with it. Just keeps coming back at Barça. Dink round the back towards Navarro. Way too ambitious.
Nada. All right, we're going to get the number now in 5 seconds. I'll take 4.
About hanging on. Here we go then, Spence. This is the moment.
Take 4. I would accept 5.
Oof.
I'll take 4.
We've got no indication so far.
Anyone? Anyone? Hello? Hola? 5. Fine. Nice. Stand by it.
5 minutes of stoppage time then for Barça to contend with here. Lots more defending to get through, that's what you would say. Laporte. Eder. Back to Vivian. Somehow managed to scramble that through here to Sancet, who ambitiously looks to the back post for Navarro.
Oy.
Caught it sweet, didn't he? But back across the face of goal. And out for a goal kick.
It's all right. It's all right. Caught it pretty sweet, considering how far away it was where it came from.
Agonizing for the fans in attendance. Long by Joan Garcia. Fermin in there. Pedri gets a toe on it.
I was just going to say, would love for some of these 5 minutes to include Barca hanging on to the ball.
Yeah, 100%. Having a lot of it for a while actually now. Been a lot of that defending, getting out for a throw-in and little else. Athletic have it once more. Rafinha doing some chasing. Another slip. And Athletic come again. With Laporte. Dishes it wide here for Adama. Adama's cross. Flicked on here. Sancet's going to reach that too. Sancet's delivery. Gorosabel was in there.
That looked like it might have been headed on target.
A block in there sends Barça clear with Pedri, who has to keep hold of this here, and he doesn't. Unlike him. Tackle from Eric. He was fouled. And a yellow card to Dani Vivian. Manuela Montero standing strong. Got away from Vivian. Just caught. I mean, that's unfortunate, I think. I don't think it was malicious from Vivian, I must say.
No, it was bad luck for him.
Yeah.
But the frustration boils over because we're 2 minutes from this game being over. And let's take a look at this chance here and see how close it would. Cubarsí gets in front of it, but yeah, Guruceta was right there.
I mean, you expect Joan Garcia to get in the way. It's a good flick towards goal, though, and a very good block by that man, Pau Cubarsí, who just continues to shine in Barça's back line. 3 of the 5 played. Long by Joan Garcia. Cubarsí up. Fermin Lopez. Can Barça get a bit of the ball here? Eddie Garcia, cruncher. Won the ball.
Let's go.
Brilliant tackle. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, that'll work.
Maybe, and that's exactly what Barca need. Gotta say it. Credit Eddie Garcia, who for me, since going into midfield, has really put himself about with some tough challenges in there. Making the difference without the ball for Barça. Cubarsí. Gerard Martin. All the way back to Joan Garcia. 1 minute to go. Joan Garcia long. It's a brilliant ball by Joan. And Lamine Yamal might make the most of this here, you know. Lamine Yamal. Good hands from Unai Simon. And Barça going to have to turn back the other way. Pedri in the way. Athletic ball. Should a Barca player just pick up a yellow card here maybe to stop this? Araujo clear. It's going to come back at them, but no. Bounces away from Bisca.
Get going. Get to the corner. Game's over.
And Lamine Yamal
Go to the corner.
4 players on him. Shots it off to Fermin. And Barca have bodies over if they play this well. Just 10 seconds to go. Yeah, you're right, Spence. This isn't the corner flag. This will be that. Joan Garcia. Fired it at Gerard Martin. Just hack it upfield.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Full time!
Beep, beep, beep.
And Barca have beaten Athletic Club on the road. They will go 4 points back clear at the top of La Liga. It ends at a distraught San Mamés. Athletic Club 0, Barca 1. That feels like a big win in the complexion of this title race. Lamine Yamal with a solitary goal picked out by Pedri. It wasn't easy, but it was vital for Barca. Full time, Athletic Club 0, Barca 1. And breathe, Coolheads. We've got the 3 points. Those are some 3 very big points, I think it's fair to say. Barca with their 4-point lead intact at the top of the table, and it didn't look like that was going to be the case for large parts of that game, Spence. Just look at the stats. This wasn't an unbelievable watch. This was a tricky watch. We had to really trample our way through this. The magic made a difference in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it was tricky and deceptive in the sense that it came and went this game really almost without a trace because there wasn't much to take from it. And sometimes you just got to go get a cheeky little win from a cheeky little goal from a cheeky little player and a cheeky little score prediction.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's correct. And
Thank
it's
you.
the first 1-0 victory for Barca all year. And you predicted it, man.
Yeah, there you go. I've tried a 1-0 a few times. Predictions have been decent for Pablito this year. So there we go. The prediction in the bag, but more importantly, 3 points for Barca. They're going to put them in a really good position here, Spence. This one, I think, with the rotations, the injuries after what happened midweek, it just feels extra big, doesn't it? And especially with the way the game's gone tonight, it feels that sort of game that when you win it, you do lay down a bit of a marker on the title race, don't you?
Well, Andy Storch said it best. This was a very weird game.
It was.
And it was weird because it's one of those games where you're not really going to remember this one when you look back at all 38 in La Liga. You're not going to remember it compared to some of the others. But you will remember that Lamine goal and what it could potentially mean for the title race, because those are the moments of quality that tend to separate title winners from runners-up. You got to go get those these difficult games. You got to go get, and Barca went and got this one.
Oh, they certainly did. Remember, people, all the reactions from San Mamés and the Barca players and the highlights are coming up in the post-game show, so don't go anywhere. We'll be hearing from those in a few moments' time. In the end, Lamine Yamal, the hero for Barca, when they needed a bit of magic, he produced it. Often is the case. He didn't even have his best game tonight, Spence. You said it, and I agree. He didn't get on the ball a lot at all. Neither did many of Barca's attackers. The moment he did, though, he fired it into the top corner in unbelievable fashion. He really did.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing Pedri in the post-game interview right now because he was the type of player that came on and as we expected, changed the game. Fortunately, he didn't need to play for more than 30 minutes, and he gave his substitution contribution today, and let's see what happens on Tuesday.
Yeah, certainly. So we'll be hearing from Pedri in a few moments' time, by the way. The man who came off the bench. Talk about impact, Spence. The man who was rested tonight, of course. We knew that, well, with the overload of minutes in recent weeks, that he might well be one of the ones who got rested. He put his heart and soul out to that game on Tuesday night. Came off the bench in the second half. Barça took control of the game, and he got that match-winning assist.
Yeah, and the best part is that I think the rotations that Hansi had intended for this game is pretty much what it turned out to be. He didn't have to readjust the game plan from the outset in terms of trying to find the appropriate amount of minutes for the right players. Everybody played the time that they were supposed to play, and that can keep this cog churning once we get to Tuesday.
Yep, certainly so. As always, Cordelis will be hearing from one of the protagonists shortly, and indeed the highlights are coming up. It's going to be interesting to see how we fill those 3 minutes, because there wasn't a lot that happened in tonight's game. As I say, they just feel like one of those games that you'll remember, you'll cherish maybe at the end of the season. And I said it 3 years ago, actually, when we won the league under Xabi. That was the year of the 1-0, Spence. So you would have been on the live show for it. We won here narrowly 1-0. It felt like that sort of night. It wasn't, the best of watches, but in the end, what can you do? You have to take the points that you get. Barça fans will be happy. Let's hear from Pedri after the game.
Buena nit y enhorabuena porque esto es una pedazo de victoria.
Sí, era un campo complicado después de la no remontada que vivimos. Veníamos con ganas, un poco cansados, pero sabíamos que los que estaban dentro del campo iban a dar el 100% y bueno, una victoria muy importante para el equipo.
¿Cómo estáis físicamente, Pedri? Porque el otro día al final nadamos mucho y morimos en la orilla, ¿no? Y físicamente estábamos tocados, estamos en un tramo de calendario complicado y hoy había quizá dudas de cómo respondería el equipo físicamente.
Sí, bueno, creo que el otro día hicimos un esfuerzo muy grande, que es normal que se note, pero bueno, tenemos una plantilla amplia, que cada uno que entra da todo por el equipo y eso es muy importante. Creo que cuando haces rotaciones hay que seguir ganando y así, creo que los que han entrado de cambio lo han hecho muy bien y a seguir.
Golpe encima de la mesa. Ayer el Madrid gana en el último momento, pone mucha presión. Hoy venís aquí y respondéis con una victoria, además sabiendo sufrir.
Sí, independientemente de lo que haga el Madrid, nos tenemos que centrar en nosotros, en ganar todos los partidos hasta final de temporada y seremos campeones.
¿Tú bien para el martes?
Sí, ya estaré más descansado. Ahora toca recuperar lo antes posible. Tenemos mucha gente que nos ayuda para eso, muchos profesionales que nos dan todo, nos dan la vida y entonces pues hay que aprovecharlos y estar preparados para el martes.
Grandísimo, Pedri, gracias.
Muchas gracias.
There you go, Pedri speaking after this one. We're going to take a very quick break now. Don't go anywhere. In 2 or 3 minutes, back with the highlight for this game. A big win for Barça. I'll see you in a minute, Cordelis. Full-time, Athletic 0, Barça 1. What a massive, massive 3 points in La Liga. We will remain 4 points clear at the top of the standings. One of those nights that maybe for its football won't be remembered for a long time. But that goal from Lamine Yamal will certainly be there come the end of the season if Barça are to be victorious in this league title race. Let's go to the highlights for today's game. We promised them to you. Here they are. Barça, well, they suffered, but they suffered and got the points in the end. Not a lot of action, not many shots on target. Few chances for either team, really, all things considered. And here is the highlights from this game indeed. Spence, we said it, Barca in the first half didn't even have a shot on target, really. We had to build up, we had to slowly chip away at this one. And then they got the job done, though. And this was a slow burner of a game that Barca knew they had to slowly make the better of, didn't they?
Slow burner with a hot start because Joao Cancelo nearly put it into the back of the net inside of, what was that, a minute maybe?
Yeah.
And then there was another half chance for Athletic Club. There was a chance for Barca as well in this early going. And then right as the game felt like it was at its hottest, this was the little chip over the top from Lamine. And I don't know if Ferran was trying to pull it back, I guess. But and then Unai Gomez got injured.
Yeah.
And once he got hurt, the game took a slightly different turn, and it turned into a bit of a drag for the rest of the first half, and honestly, most of the second half, too.
You can see the chances Barca had here. Not even any of them are really shots, on goal. That from Cancelo, the little deflection, and he found its way in a few moments earlier. This is minute 35 now. This potentially the closest Athletic came, and maybe this is why Joan Garcia has earned himself the MVP for this one. Super stop there. Not a traditional save, but so sharp. Not to fully commit to ground, and then there, bang, just thwart the man as he went through on goal there. And again, Athletic in on goal. There were a few of those, weren't there? Agonising balls across the face of the goal that no one able to tap in. This little flick from Ferran maybe takes the prize for closest Barca came in the opening 45 minutes.
Right at the end of the first half, and it was kind of a half shot, half hope, half flick, and then Pedri comes on. We thought maybe the second half we'd see the same 11 at least to start.
Yeah,
that wasn't the case.
Yeah, Pedri on at half-time. Things did change for Barca, who started to rank up the pressure just a little bit. And there you go. Rashford with a strike on Unai Simon's goal. Barca's first shot on target. And chances did start to fall Barca's way. Although I would say, Spence, it wasn't as if the second half, then it was just a shed load of chances. Still pretty scarce, you would say. I mean, that goal almost came out of nowhere in a way for Barca.
The goal definitely came out of nowhere, and I'm excited to be able to see it because the chances for both teams were tame at best. This was that was the best chance of the game for Athletic Club right there to score, and I believe it was Sanfet.
Oh yeah,
who had the shot on target, and Joan Garcia's reaction here is superb because that's coming at him at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then here you go.
This is the moment of the match then, people. Agonising. Felt like it maybe wasn't going to find its way in, but beautifully off the post and in from Lamine Yamal. Just a gorgeous goal, wonderfully set up by Pedri. Adama.
Sorry, I just saw the reaction of Fermín López afterwards when they were celebrating, and he looked at the crowd and he goes, "Toma!"
In true Fermín fashion, eh?
Yeah.
And then this last 10 minutes or so, just a case of holding on. And that's what Barca did. They managed to hold on until the last moment and get the 3 points. What a 3 points. And we saw it there, the Lamine goal. You go from minute 67 to minute 90 where you had an Athletic half chance and not much else. I said it, Spence. There wasn't that many chances. Let's go to Hansi Flick. He's with your ends.
Hansi Flick. Hansi is satisfied, I guess, with those 3 points.
Yes, of course. I'm very happy because we know how important was the win, but also how difficult it is to win here in Bilbao.
Sometimes you cannot play as you would like. Of course, there is in front a very good team. But in this kind of games, how important it is to win also and to play together like a team.
It has to give us confidence, more confidence, because we will fight together as a team, like I always said, and this is important. Everyone gives the best and try to help the team. And clean sheet here, very important. So at the end, happy with the 3 points and 4 points ahead in the table.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you finally for 2 players, Joan Garcia, another fantastic game of our keeper, and also Pedri. How important is for you to have this kind of players?
Now you see Petty is well connected with every player. Also Dani in the second half was much better. Was in the game, more in the game. And Petty knows exactly how to play with these guys to bring the best version of every player. And this is Petty make every player better.
The best way to go to England.
John is outstanding.
The best way to go to England.
Yeah, the best way. Okay.
Congrats, Hansi.
Thanks.
There you go, words of Hansi Flick speaking to Juventus. Yeah, indeed, the best way for Barça to head into the Champions League. A vital win. And he said it himself there. I mean, we spoke a bit about Pedri, haven't we? He makes this team better. That's the words of Hansi Flick. We saw it again in the second half today, Spence. The work of Pedri when he comes off the bench, remarkable. Just keeps things ticking over, doesn't he? What a brilliant little footballer.
I know, and Pedri still manages to get some of the credit for what happened in that goal, but man, it's just we just saw like 7 replays of Lamine putting it in the back of the net while Hansi was speaking, and it never ceases to amaze me how this dude just doesn't stop amazing us every week, even when he's having a bad game, and it still comes out as the moment of the match for Barça to take 3 very important points in this title race to stay just a little bit further ahead of Madrid than would make Madrid comfortable, because they want it to be within a game, but right now it's not. Oh yeah, still in Barca's hands for now. You mentioned Lamine there, Spence. You're right. I mean, he's up to 19 goals in all competitions this season. It feels like his numbers are improving too. It's not just the genius off the ball, but in a game like tonight, when Barca was struggling, to come up with a moment like that, is that the sort of player he's turning into, or at least, if he wants to go down as one of the greats, he'll need to turn into one of those players who does decide these top games, who has the quality in the final third to really hurt teams. This season, numbers-wise, we saw against Villarreal the other week as well. He is producing some top-class finishes. That goal he scored was outrageous against them at the Spotify Camp Nou tonight. Similar finishes that are out of this world. Yeah, that's why we've said so many times that the expectations on him are so high that even if he plays a normal game for somebody else's standards, it then ends up looking like a bad game by his standards, which isn't really fair, because what he's able to do on a weekly basis is so far above what other people his age are expected to do. So that's why I'm saying it never ceases to amaze me, because he just keeps going. I mean, the stuff that he's done is incredible. And we'll see what happens the rest of the season, because I'm sure there are going to be other moments where he'll be required. Oh, yeah. Clean sheet tonight is big as well, isn't it? I think to go to a stadium like San Mamés, away to Athletic Club, that's not an easy ground. That's a ground where you probably expect to concede, isn't it? I know I said they haven't been great going forward this season, as they maybe would have wanted to have been, and they were missing players or had players like us who they kept in reserve on the bench, but to keep a clean sheet is a boost for Barca. I think especially when you consider that was a bit of a makeshift back line from Hansi Flick today, who he had to make changes with that back line, and to get a clean sheet out of tonight, it's got to be an extra boost for Barca going forward. And back-to-back clean sheets too, now that I think about it, because of course you had the clean sheet against Athletic midweek against Atletico de Madrid midweek too. Yeah, it was a different kind of clean sheet, that one for sure. But this one was one where if you give up a goal, regardless of when over the course of the 90 minutes you give up that goal, whether it's at the beginning of the game or right at the end or anywhere else in between, if you give up a goal, this game gets exponentially more complicated, because Athletic Club either have a lead or they've scored late and they're playing, in this case, for a draw, or they're trying to use that goal to keep Barca from gaining any additional leverage in the game. I just thought, once we saw the first half, the way it played out, and neither team could break through, then you started to think in the second half, something's got to be perfect here. Yeah. And it's either got to be the defense, and if it's not the defense and there's cracks in the defense, then it's got to be more oomph in attack. And fortunately, they provided just enough oomph. It was a Lamine golazo, and they did play that defense to get that clean sheet, which gets them the 3 points. It's got to also be pleased, Hansi Flick, when we were noting it earlier, Balde, Koundé, you had Christensen in there too. He's been less available this season, of course. Fermin on the bench, Pedri on the bench, De Jong injured, Rafinha on the bench, Lewandowski on the bench. You know, you're almost naming a starting lineup there of starters, if you like, who didn't start this one away at San Mamés. To keep a clean sheet, to win 1-0, of course, with the help of them from the bench in the second half,
What a good boost that is for Hansi Flick at this stage of the season too. I know we've spoken about the use of the squad, how much he'll need to use that for the coming weeks, especially Champions League coming up. We've had the crazy cup tie against Atleti, of course. Feels like every player, though, pulling in the same direction. I think Cazador, when he came in today, was good. Bernal is getting more minutes. I think Cancelo is starting to impress at right back or left back. Gerard Martin at centre back. Flick will be happy with the work he's getting out of his squad players too.
And you mentioned the defense, and we saw it tonight also from the beginning of the game to the end that for the first time in a while, at least for the time that I've been following Barca this close, that back line is very fluid. It's amoebic. It's flexible. It doesn't have to be everybody slots into their position, and if not, then the whole system is broken. There's cases of if somebody gets hurt, or in the case of Tuesday, if two people get hurt, we have players who can slot over and try something different to give Barca a little bit more coverage than we otherwise would have. And that's Eric's flexibility, Gerard Martin's flexibility, Joao Cancelo being able to work both sides of the pitch, which I thought he did very well tonight. And then, of course, you got Cubarsí, and you can throw Araujo on there whenever you need. So it seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, it certainly does, and Flick will be chuffed with the use he's getting out of that squad. Of course, for Barca, it's now away to Newcastle on Tuesday night. That's first leg of the Champions League round of 16. Sunday is election day, as I said at the top of the programme. It's also Barca Sevilla at home. And then you've got on Wednesday night the home game between Barca and Newcastle. That's the second leg of the round of 16 of the Champions League for a place in the quarterfinals. And then you've got on the Sunday the 22nd that home game against Rayo. So not long to go until a bit of a break, an international break also for these players. Spence, I know a lot of them will be playing anywhere with their nations, but feels like Barca nearly there. I know we're out of the Cup, of course, but with those few games to go, of course, everyone will be thinking about the Champions League and Newcastle. But in the league, things nicely progressing for Barca by Matchday 27 here.
Nicely progressing, and it's a good thing that first opportunity where Joao Cancelo tipped it over the crossbar didn't go in. Otherwise, it would be a completely different game. So it's a fine line between nicely progressing and things are falling apart at the seams, isn't it?
As always is the case in football. I think it could have been a different night. It could have been, had that gone in, of course, and then you're saying, who knows? Athletic started very fast, didn't get their goal, and in the end were punished in the second half by Barca. It wasn't a game full of chances, though, people. It really wasn't. We'll take another look at the highlights in a few moments' time. We'll hear from a few protagonists first. Indeed, we're just waiting for a few of those to go to Llorentz's position. And there would, of course, be, we've heard from Hansi Flick, we've heard from Pedri. I'll be hearing from the coach in the press room, and indeed from more players to come. But Barca for now will be happy that they can sleep as not just league leaders, which they would have slept as anyway because of the buffer they had, but with the 4-point advantage too. And as I said, the last two league games before the international break, both at home against the struggling Sevilla side, and then against the Rayo, who are right down towards the bottom end of the table too. In fact, let's show you the second page of those standings. That's how things are looking. Sevilla themselves, not all too comfortable. And Rayo, well, level on points with them too. Both same records. Those are Barca's next two opponents.
Yeah, and there's a good chance, really, tomorrow and Monday for every one of those teams between 13 and 17 to pick up points.
Let's go to Fermín López. He's with Llorens.
Sí, Pablo, amb Fermín, que segur que està satisfet perquè aquesta victòria són més que 3 punts. Bona nit, Fermín, i felicitats.
Hola, bona nit. Sí, molt contents perquè era un rival molt difícil, un camp molt difícil i bueno, crec que hem controlat més o menys bé el partit. Al final hem patit una miqueta, però crec que hem defensat molt bé els últims minuts i molt contents per la victòria.
Com esteu, Fermín, físicament? Perquè, òbviament, estem en un tram de calendari complicat. Veniu del partidàs exhaust de l'altre dia contra l'Atlético, ve la Champions ara aquesta setmana. Òbviament és un desgast, no? Són els grans partits, però es nota.
Sí, és molt difícil, hi ha molt pocs dies per recuperar i personalment estava una mica cansat, la veritat. I quan entra el partit estava una mica boig, però bueno, ara hem de recuperar bé perquè el dimarts tenim una altra batalla i hem de fer un gran partit per guanyar.
Fermín, te pido una valoración en castellano. Sin duda la mejor forma, ¿no?, de responder también a la victoria de ayer del Madrid. Ponía presión y el equipo ha respondido muy bien.
Sí, sabemos que tenemos que mantener esta ventaja y sabiendo que ayer Madrid ganó, era muy importante ganar hoy y bueno, lo hemos hecho y estamos muy contentos y ahora pensar en el martes.
La mejor forma, ¿no?, de jugar en Newcastle es viniendo de ganar aquí en San Mamés.
Sí, obviamente vamos con buenas sensaciones después de la victoria. Sabemos también que nos vamos a encontrar un partido parecido al de aquí, con un estadio muy difícil, un rival muy físico. Y bueno, esperamos hacer un gran partido, hacer nuestro juego y ganar.
A descansar y felicitats, Fermín. Gracias.
Gracias, Deu.
There you go then, Fermín López, the latest player to speak to our microphones. So Fermín, who came off the bench in that second half for Dani Olmo. And as he said, yeah, now on to Tuesday, which is where a lot of the focus will be going. Let's take another look at the highlights maybe from this game to see that Lamine Yamal goal one more time before we hear from before we get more interviews. A game which didn't have a lot of chances in it, Barça had to be patient, they had to probe. So we can get the highlights up on our screens. We can take a good look at those one final time. But Fermín López, who I suppose comes into that, what we were saying, Spencer, not in the first half. So many good players on the bench. Him, Rafinha, Lewandowski. They all, had to come off. They all had to come off the bench to show themselves. Pedri you throw in there too, and in the end, these are the players that make the difference. About to say in a match like this.
Yeah, it makes a difference because this is the type of game where you need one moment to just get out of here with a win. And some of the games this year that we've done, especially in 2026, have come relatively comfortable. And the 3 points we haven't had to sweat much. There's others where it's been nothing but sweating. Believe me, we talked about those too. But this game didn't feel like any of that. It didn't. Yeah. It's one of the strangest feelings of the season because in the end, I think we did enough to deserve the victory. But there was definitely plenty of this game that Hansi will look at and say, we just got to be better.
Yeah, certainly so. This was one of our few chances in the first half. That coming off Cancelo. And then bundling a nice one on the end in the way of it. And Cancelo, who by my books was one of the top performers in that first half too.
Yeah, he's been really sharp since basically taking over as a starter, which is where he's going to be. And he's probably going to start again on Tuesday. So.
Oh yeah, you'd imagine so. Not many options for Barça at the back right now. Unai Simon was out to thwart him on that occasion. You can see one of the main men in action in the first half. This perhaps the closest Athletic Club came, and this is when Joan Garcia entered centre stage, Spence, and started to make the difference.
This was the first of his really excellent interventions because he didn't get there first, but he had to make a play on the ball. And then there was another move. We're still at the end of the first half here. That from Navarro. There was another move here when we get to the second half after we see Ferran's chance late that he made a couple of stops that a lot more difficult than it looks, and we'll see why. But it just wouldn't go in for Barça tonight.
No. And then Pedri on steps himself in the second half. And he certainly changed things, didn't he? Got on the ball, was excellent. That attempt there by Rashford, beaten away by Unai Simon. Super stop there by the Spanish goalkeeper. That little flicked on header there by Kubarsi. I mean, there weren't many clear-cut chances.
No.
We keep saying that. The more I watch the highlights, the more it tells me exactly that really it wasn't one of those games full of absolute chance galores. And Barça, they were probing in the second half, but it's not like they had Athletic on the ropes. That was the one, no? Yeah. Where Garcia made himself known there with a really important stop down to his left-hand side.
Had to be made. And then it leads to this on the other side.
Just the moment of the night. It really was. A superb first touch from Lamine and the finish. That's that from Fermín.
Told you.
Picturesque from Lamine Yamal. Off the post and in. Sublime. Athletic tried, didn't they, to get back in the game. And Barça you said the team on the back foot late on. But not to be in the end. Spence, let's do some MVP voting whilst we're here.
Yep.
As we're beginning to wrap up the programme.
You want me to give mine?
Your MVP. Let's begin with yourself, please.
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
I'm going to give 3 points to Joan Garcia because I thought without him tonight, and it wasn't really all of the saves because in the end, just 3 shots on target for Athletic Club. It was the interventions on a lot of the crosses, the through balls, the decision to come out or not to come out. I thought he was really good tonight, and in a 1-0, that's about the time when you give the MVP to a goalkeeper. So he gets my 3 points. Lamine Yamal was about to not appear on this list until he scored an incredible goal, and that's how you appear on the list. So he gets 2 points, and Pedri for coming on at halftime and doing what we knew would happen, which is change the game. He gets the token point.
Coleras, let us know your votes in the members live chat. My votes, Spence, are actually quite odd. I'm going to be honest with you. I felt as though I left out quite a few big players, none more so than Lamine Yamal, who got the moment of the game.
It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was his best game, but I do understand in a match like this, if you score a goal like that, you sort of make yourself the MVP, right? But I agree with you. I went for Joan Garcia, who I think was maybe Barca's most differential player tonight. So I went for him. I just felt as though he kept the calm. I'm really impressed with Cancelo in recent weeks. I think he's been very good.
I agree.
Defensively going forward as well. I just think he's surprised me a little bit. And I thought he was very good the other night against Atleti. I gave him 1 point then, I think. I give him 2 tonight. I think he was superb. And Pedri, I wanted to give him a point off the bench because I think in a game where Barca struggled really, I think he was able to make the difference, if you know what I mean. So I've given my 1 point to Pedri. We'll connect with Llorens when we can to say good evening to him and indeed connect with him for his points. So we'll go to Llorens in a few moments' time. Coleras, let us know though. Bruna says Juan, Pedri and Lamine, my MVPs. Leave the emojis too. Let us know who yours were. The votes in the chat, Spence, were quite clear though. Lamine Yamal 63%.
Yeah, that's because he wins the popular vote. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm nothing against that, obviously. But no, just for me tonight, that's why I think Joan Garcia getting 9% is it's a bit low.
Yeah, Pedri with 25 and other with 3%. Nearly 2,000 of you voting in that one. Few more votes coming in here. El Mirades, 3 for Garcia, 2 for Pedri, 1 for Lamine. Prita Malaita, Lamine, Joan and Pedri. Yeah, there's a similar trident. I've just got Llorens's in, which is interesting. There's a new name on there. There's a new name on there who I also think was very good tonight.
Better than that?
No.
Okay.
Someone a bit further back. So we'll go to him when we can. We'll also hear from Hansi Flick in a few moments' time. Mark Lundqvist has thrown Cancelo in. Joan Garcia, Lamine, and Cancelo. Yeah, there you go. And Adam also says Joan Cancelo and Pedri. So Cancelo also getting his flowers in this one. He's been good, hasn't he, Spence? I mean, January signing, which I think had a few question marks over it, especially now with Koundé and Balde injured.
Yeah.
He's going to need to play minutes. You said it, Newcastle, you'd expect him to play. Sevilla, you'd expect him to play. He's going to struggle to get rest now until the international break, but he's making his minutes count.
Exactly. He is going to struggle to get rest, but he needs to play, and it was a signing that fortified a position that Barca didn't have much depth in, so that's proven very necessary in these last couple of weeks. And he's also, when we've seen him, really spry on the ball. He's active, he's agile, he's sort of got a sparky energy when he's on the ball to be able to make decisions and change direction at a moment's notice to make the right choice.
Yeah, I like him too. He's been sharp considering he's a player who came in January having not had much football at Al Hilal actually because they had to deregister him because he got injured.
Right.
And they had a cap on foreign players in there, which is a strange situation to come into a club like Barca. And he said it himself. I had to, get back up to grips with the level of training and whatnot, but he's doing it really, really well so far. I'm not sure if we'll have any more protagonists from San Mamés, but we'll go to Llorens in a few moments' time. We're still waiting to see if we will see any more players. We have got Hansi Flick in the press room, he'll be hearing from in a moment. Let's get the league table back on our screens because this is very good news indeed, Spence. I'll put the formation back on instead, which is good. Standings make for good reading, though, don't they, tonight for Barca fans who go 4 points clear. But now it's over to Champions League. You'll be here, Spence. Newcastle United away from home.
Yep.
Which should be really good fun, shouldn't it?
The last time that we saw that, Marcus Rashford was providing us with a couple of golazos. So let's see if we can do it again. That was at St. James's Park, so he was comfortable there. I don't think he's going to start on Tuesday night, but you never know.
No, yeah. I'm not sure he made enough of his chance tonight, Rashford, and you'd imagine Rafinha will retake that spot on the left. But yeah, that was a crazy night for Barça. But Newcastle, Spence, who I think a lot of people might look at them in the table and go, they're not having a great season in the Premier League. Away from home, St James's Park, this is going to be a very tricky night for Barça.
Yeah,
Champions League.
It's the Champions League. Of
They'll
course
be
it's tricky.
well up for this one. They really will. And this is not going to be easy whatsoever. It really isn't. I mean, the atmosphere is going to be incredible. They played for over half of the game against Man United the other night and won. And I'd expect a feisty Newcastle is all I'd say. I really would say that. Llorens, bona nit. How are you doing there from San Mamés? A big win for Barça. Very big win indeed. Not an easy game, but we got the 3 points. Whilst you're at it, give us your MVP votes too, Llorens.
Què tal, Pablo? Es pensa, bona nit des de Sant Mamés. És que, esclar, veniu aquí al camp de l'Atlètic i us penseu que serà un passeig, això, i en absolut. Aquest estadi s'ha de lluitar per sumar els 3 punts. Big win, fantàstica, i tant sí, aquesta victòria, perquè recuperem els 4 punts d'avantatge i responem a la victòria d'ahir del Madrid, tan patida, tan agònica a l'últim moment, que posava molta pressió al Barça. Mira, en aquests moments Hansi Flick marxa de l'estadi de Sant Mamés i ho fa amb un somriure, perquè aquesta victòria, com dèiem, té un gran valor. Vols els meus vots, oi que sí? Doncs va.
I tant.
Avui, tot i que ha marcat Lamine, els 3 punts go to Joan Garcia. Joan Garcia, que ha fet novament un partidàs, clean sheet, com ha dit l'entrenador alemany del Barça, i decisiu una vegada més en aquesta victòria. 2 punts per Lamine, perquè tot i que no ha tingut un partit gens senzill, ha tornat a buscar-la, a demanar-la i ha acabat decidint amb aquest golàs fantàstic a la definició del geni de Rocafonda. I avui, doncs mira, li donarem un puntet en un partit en què ha estat complicat per molts jugadors a Gerard Martín, perquè ha hagut de treballar moltíssim la defensa del Barça i avui ha respost, tot i que físicament també està bastant al límit. Hem vist, per exemple, Marc Bernal, que també ha hagut de ser substituït a la mitja part. En qualsevol cas, un partit exigent després del que van viure contra l'Atlètic de Madrid. Nosaltres encara ens quedarem aquí una estoneta més a Sant Mamés. Estem esperant encara a veure si surt algun protagonista. Hem pogut escoltar a Hansi Flick i també a Fermín i, per tant, estarem pendents per si encara podem tornar a connectar. I abans que marxeu, doncs, ens diem adeu. Spence, it's almost midnight.
It's late. No.
És
Molt tard. Ni una pregunta.
Molt tard,
no? Ja està.
Wow,
Sí, no, sí, Spence. No, Spence. Les tradicions s'han de mantenir.
Sí.
I si tu pots fer una pregunta, Spence, you can.
Vale.
You can ask any question you want.
¿Qué es tu pincho
But easy,
favorito?
okay? Easy, eh? Oh. Really? I didn't expect this question.
I know.
El meu pinxo favorito. M'agraden així que tinguin una miqueta de foie o pernil. Són els que més m'agraden. I a aquesta hora, que encara no hem pogut sopar, doncs em fa molta ràbia aquesta pregunta que m'estàs fent. Però ara sortim d'aquí i anem a fer una mica de pincho pote. Aquí es diu molt el pincho pote, que és doncs un pincho i un pote. 3 puntets i cap a casa, va.
Molt bé.
There you go, Spence. You got your question in, Llorens. Thank you very much. We'll see you on Tuesday night in Newcastle.
You're welcome, my friend.
Yeah. There you go. Words from Llorens. That is from this one. Spence, final MVP votes then.
Let's see it.
This is how they look.
Joan Garcia.
He's our MVP tonight then.
Had to be.
Making a few good saves there. You know, I think when he won MVP against Espanyol, he made more dramatic stops, didn't he? But tonight did his job. Lamine with 4 for the goal. Pedri with 2, Cancelo with 2, and Rafinha's with Llorens.
Oh!
And we'll be seeing a Rafinha in a few moments' time.
Yes, we are. Yeah. He's back. He was joking with me, Pablo. Don't be afraid. Rafa, bona nit y felicidades porque esta es una gran victoria.
Sí, bueno, la verdad que sí. Sabemos la dificultad que es jugar aquí en este campo. Al final es un equipo que tiene mucha calidad, muchos jugadores que te pueden decidir un partido y jugar aquí es siempre complicado. Sabemos la dificultad que es y al final, bueno, una buena victoria son 3 puntos importantes que mantenemos la diferencia de puntos arriba.
El equipo venía con la moral alta por el gran partido contra el Atlético, pero obviamente tras una eliminación, y esto nunca es fácil, ¿no? Y además uno de los campos más exigentes. Ayer el Madrid gana, pone presión, el equipo hoy sabe sufrir. Esa es la mejor respuesta, es la mejor forma de ir a Newcastle.
Sí, la verdad, bueno, habrá partidos que tendremos que sufrir y está bien, no pasa nada. Lo importante al final son los 3 puntos. Como he dicho, al final hay partidos que está ganando un partido y si necesitas sufrir un poco para salir con los 3 puntos es lo que tenemos que hacer y tenemos que saber sufrir. Y hoy creo que lo hemos hecho muy bien. Lo hemos sufrido cuando tenemos que sufrir y bueno, los 3 puntos para casa.
La última, le pregunto a todos los protagonistas un poco cómo estás físicamente en este tramo de temporada tan complicado, exigente y donde no se puede fallar.
¿El equipo dice?
Tú personalmente.
Bueno,
Se lo he preguntado a todos y todos van un poco tiesos, pero con unas ganas locas de jugar.
Sí, bueno, yo no estoy tan tieso como algunos. Al final, bueno, estoy volviendo una molestia, entonces he tenido algún tiempo para descansar, pero me siento bien. Al final, el cansancio del partido pasado, que fue un partido bastante exigente, es natural. Pero seguramente que hay jugadores que están más tiesos que yo.
Rafa, gracias y el martes a por ellos.
Vamos a martes.
That's there, Rafinha, who came off the bench today. For those of you who didn't understand, he said, hey, look, there's a few players actually in worse condition than me. I actually feel okay. I had a bit of a rest. He obviously had an injury recently too, Rafinha. So he said, I actually feel okay. And he said, yeah, we'll go for them on Tuesday, which is a good piece of news for the Culers, who are maybe looking at the team right now, Spence, and going, we're a little bit tired, a little bit leggy. But no, not him.
No, it's understandable. I mean, it's this part of the season now where you're going to be playing every 3 days or 4 days, depending on the schedule. So they've got to do it again in 2.5 days, really, because they come back out on Tuesday and they play again, this time in the Champions League.
Yeah, Tuesday night, that's the one everyone is looking out for. It's going to be a really big one. Indeed, that one. That's going to be so exciting, of course. On Monday, the press conference and the final training session ahead of that one here, too, on FC Barcelona's YouTube channel. Don't miss it, people. And, of course, you can enjoy your Sundays happy now after this 1-0 win for Barça, which, as you can see, well, it's left us top of the table, 4 points clear. We will now go. Just 2 league games to go, by the way, until the international break, which is positive for Barça. Sevilla at home, Rayo at home. So 2 home games, which is indeed positive for the club. Right, the evening has come to a close. Barça have got 3 points. We've got a clean sheet. Lamine Yamal scored a worldie. What more could you ask for? Tuesday night will be here for Newcastle versus Barça. Until then, Culers, take care. And here's Hansi Flick's press conference. Bona nit.
Bona nit, Mireia Ruiz en directe a la TDT de Catalunya Ràdio. Li preguntarem a Flick si atribueix el patiment d'avui per guanyar aquí Sant Mamés únicament pel cansament del partit de dimarts. After Tuesday's effort, it was important to win the 3 points no matter what. Do you think today's struggle is only explained by this effort on Tuesday, or have you seen any other thing? Thank you.
So for me, it's we played in Bilbao, and Bilbao is not easy to win. So they have a really good team. We have some changes. I said before the game also we have to manage the minutes with every player. It was perfect with a clean sheet and with 3 points. So I'm really appreciated.
Hola, Hansi, Marta Ramon en directe al Barça Juga RAC1. Li preguntarem a Hansi Flick per la gestió de Pedri i el seu protagonisme. How did you decide today how to manage Pedri? How much of Pedri could you use? And what do you think about his influence today to win the game?
I said before in the interview, Pedri make every player better. So this is really great. He's a game changer, and he's well connected with every player. I think also in the second half, Dani Olmo played much better than the first half. So you can see that they are good connected, and with Pedri is different. But at the end, for me, it's most important is that everyone is fighting, is also defending as a unit, and we have a clean sheet again, and it's really important.
Hola, Hansi. Nil Solà para el Carrusel Deportivo de la cadena SER i el que t'hi jugues Barça de SER Catalunya. We always talk about attacking play of Barça, but today the team has made his 11 clean sheet in LaLiga. How important is that thing for you?
No, it's important because I think also, you know, when we played our style and we struggled in some games and get some goals, so it's always about that, and everyone speaks about the last line, the last four, but it's not about them. It's about the whole team. When we're not defending, we're pressing in front, we have problems in the defense. So it doesn't matter in which high we are defending. So this is also give them confidence to follow our philosophy, and this is important.
Buenas noches, mister. Ha dicho usted que no es fácil ganar en este estadio al Athletic de Bilbao y que, bueno, quizás puedan ser estos 3 puntos más que una victoria. It's not easy winning San Mamés. For you, in this stadium against this team, this victory is more than 3 points in the last weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's so I said at least the same last season. No. 1 game less and 3 points more. It's a perfect situation.
Hi, Hansi, Elena Condisca and Acope. Pedri just said that Lamine has to keep going and shouldn't settle. What advice would you give him?
With Lamine?
To Lamine, yeah.
No, it's. I think he made not his best game today, but you can see how important he is. He has also decided the games and when he have the space, and then he's able to score. He trained a lot this situation, and yeah, it's good to have him on this level that he can decide with one situation the match.
Hola, Hansi, ¿qué tal? Felicidades por la victoria. Raúl Fuentes en directo para Radio Marca. Tuesday's game was all about pride. Tonight, given all the circumstances, you're especially proud of your players?
Of course, I'm always proud of my players because I think yeah. It's a special atmosphere in this team, and I appreciate a lot what I see there. So also how they are, yeah, how it's together, how they are, the behavior, and it's everything. It's fantastic. So I really appreciate a lot what I see, and yeah, of course I'm happy because I was not nervous today because I thought the players, after the match, after the big win, not so big, but the 3-0 against Atletico was fantastic. So we have more confidence, and you can also see in the training. This is for me the the point what we're looking for, and this is good to see that that the atmosphere is good, that they are focused in the training, very focused in the training, also after the game and in every training. So this is what we need. And today, it was clear that it's not easy to win here in this stadium against this fantastic team, and of course, fantastic supporters. It was great atmosphere, and this is why I'm proud. I'm proud because it's amazing to win here. And with the clean sheet.
Últimas 2 preguntas, last 2 questions.
Hola, Ivan San Antonio, del Diari Sport. Ferran Torres is being tough and hard to find the way to score goals. What do you think is the problem? Which is the problem? Is more a team problem that cannot reach the ball to him, or maybe his confidence, mentality? I don't know.
You know, as a number 9, you always will be measured with goals, how many goals you are scoring, and this is I think also for himself. It's the same. I think he has not the confidence at the moment. So, but we are working on that. For me, also it's important that he just try everything in the game. You know, he has a good dynamic. He's very fast, and also normally with his dynamic, he's also able to score these goals. And at the moment, maybe he's a little bit unlucky. And of course, the confidence is not by 100%, and we have to help him, and we will do that.
Sí, Hansi, Paul Boyos per the Athletic. I just wanted to ask you about Marc Bernal, that you took him off at halftime. I don't know if it was planned or if it was because he was tired or it was plan of your rotations.
No, he has some problems, and we have to change him. Yeah, and stuff like that.
Doncs fins aquí la roda de premsa. Moltes gràcies, bona nit, eskerrik asko.